say that because I just finished my piss break. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
if we finish early, I get time
Thanks,
for a smoke
Jill.
break in the middle.
we're doing right now. It's for people new to modded.
Yeah, we gotta do this fast, guys, so we can give Deceptive his 30-minute break.
Been working with these guys for about 2 weeks, random practice days throughout each of the 2 weeks to try and introduce them to modded, show them some maps to practice on the modded difficulties.
And
then today is the last day. We're doing basically a mock tournament.
He's gonna be playing. He's gonna be mumbling with a cigarette in his mouth.
They're gonna be doing
gonna get ash all over
4 maps in 3 hours. And they're going to be trying to beat them in the least amount of attempts that they can. And it's kind of set up like what an actual tournament for Vermintide is set up
Empire.
like.
Mm-hmm.
I think I definitely stick on Handmaiden.
You think so?
Yeah. The kite at the beginning.
The kite's pretty free with a troll hammer, but if you want, yeah.
And the barrel event.
Well, the barrel event, probably, yes. Oh, Empire, yes.
Yeah. For Empire, I definitely think I'm Handmaiden. Festering, I think Handmaiden's probably good there too, but less necessary. Just the event at the end is...
Yeah, Handmaiden helps a lot with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll call. Astro's here. No?
He's peeing.
He's still peeing? Okay. Is Deceptive and Null, you guys are here. Is Swolmar here?
No.
Yes. Swole, you here?
Yep.
Everybody's
here.
Okay.
Astro here.
He's here.
If everybody's in, we'll get started, and I'll start the timer.
I opened another pack with Fuzzy Peaches.
Dear God.
He's buffoon.
Give me like 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
9. 8.
I can finish these ones to go.
We do the loading screen.
Timer started, and I'm gonna go ahead and deafen myself.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Okay, so the pit is a fairly difficult map for Onslaught. The end event is very, very easy. The end event is free, but getting there is a little bit more difficult. It's going to be interesting how much RNG plays a factor in this opening beach that they're on. It can be full of elite enemies, or it can kind of be like a free walk to the next hold point. So that's the first thing they're going to be looking for here, is to see how thick the enemies are. And they're going to try and make it to this rock on the front left. This is generally considered like the spot that you want to hold for the first wave of enemies. There's a fair amount of elites on the beach, but it's not a ton. And so yeah, the Bolt Wizard's got a lot of space here with all this front line. And they actually use the firebomb in order to try and clear this even more before the horde shows up. Ooh, someone just ate an overhead. 2 of them at once, and they don't have their range or their Ironbreaker ult up to get these reses. They're making it work. That hook is gonna grab someone. Good shot from the Witch Hunter captain, saved him. With that gas, they're probably gonna fall off the rock and start to back up a little bit. Hey, Silent Assassin, how you doing? So what they're doing right now is they lost one of their teammates, and if you back up far enough underneath the wood over here, you can actually get them to respawn just ahead on the beach. And so they're trying to make sure that they back up far enough to where their teammate will be easy to pick up once they do respawn. And so they've respawned, and he's just ahead here on the beach, and that's only possible because they backed up this far underneath the dock. And that's the first wave. So now they have to try and decide if they want to try and push to the next hold point, or if they want to play it safe and just defend another wave here after getting their friend up. And because this wave came so quickly, they're probably going to decide to try and just hold out one more wave on the beach. And we can listen in a little bit on them, see what their comms are like.
There's a poison rat. I can't get it.
Holding block, letting you guys hit. Hook in.
There's a hook in there.
Shotting. Rattling gunner.
Far.
Still trying to get his
Gunner
chest
is
farm.
not doing too much damage, so they probably don't have to worry about him too much.
Not worth.
Yeah, these monks are going to be more of an issue. And they cleared it out pretty good.
More plagues, more plague.
Hi, Silent. Fortunes of War is a secret map in Vermintide.
Play safe.
You have to unlock it when you get the Back to Ubersreich DLC. And it's more of like a challenge map where you have to survive specific hordes of enemies.
We can probably take this to go, hey?
It's not like a normal map that you run.
That's in here?
Who's that? What the flippin' heck?
And the counter at the bottom, which I should actually remove, is just the number of times that I've completed it.
He was ready
but I
for
should turn it off for this.
Basically, just as soon as your shout comes in and off of cooldown, just pop it for.
I'm just spamming it.
So now that they've gotten past the beach, that's like the first checkpoint for this map. They're gonna try and clear out this area here. And this will be the next hold point if another horde shows up. And they're going to be trying to, if you look where the dwarf is, the next hold point is the house forward. And so they're going to make a decision here on whether or not they think they can sprint over to the house or if they want to clear the way by pulling ambient aggro. And it looks like they're deciding to pull aggro. So what this will do is while they're waiting for the next horde that they know is coming, they're just going to get the attention of all those enemies and kill them. And so when they finish killing the next horde, their path to the house is clear. Thanks for the follow. And so here's the next horde that they were waiting for. And they're going to group up and try and deal with this. And once this is dead, they'll head in over to the house. Yeah, they'll have to deal with that hook over there. Yep. So I think they overcommitted just a little bit using 2 alts, and now the mercenary is pretty out of position with an active assassin on the map. He's gonna get jumped right here. Okay, that was good. So he needs to get back into position. They kind of left their back line alone. And they're back together, so they made it work. It was a little bit of a rough spot there. The temp HP from the mercenary is definitely helping the team right now. So they've cleared out what is basically the end of the 3rd wave of the horde, and they're going to use this downtime to try and push to their next hold position, which is over here by the house. And if you're not familiar with the modded difficulties, this is kind of what the maps end up turning into, is hopping from one good position to another. Oh, thanks for the subscription. Other than hopping from one good hold spot to another, the other thing that they have to be careful about is the different triggers throughout the maps. So if you play Vermintide 2, you know that there's times where you can run into monster spawns or patrols. In the modded realm, you are guaranteed to run into 3 of a combination of those. So you're either going to run into 2 monsters and 1 patrol, or 2 patrols and 1 monster. And that's guaranteed for every map, is 3 of those. And right now, they're in an area where they're starting to get to the point where they're going to hit the first trigger. And they're just seeing right now, is it a patrol or is it a monster? They don't know what it is, but they know it's going to be something. It looks like it was probably a patrol. I'm pretty sure they're past all of the potential monster spawns. So what most likely happened here is they had a patrol that that they just walked past without seeing, which is about as good as it can get. You don't want to pull patrols on the modded realm. They're very difficult to clear unless you have the correct setups. This house is the next hold spot that they're trying to jump to. They made it here with not that much hassle. So they're going to be fighting this horde here in the house. And the biggest thing for this house is make sure gas rats don't find a way to throw gas. Oh, they're trying to... I do not think this horde is over yet. And so they're making a risky decision here. They're trying to make further ground on the map while the horde is light. There's not a lot of enemies here on them right now. And so they're saying, hey, we're not killing a lot of stuff. There shouldn't be too much in our way. We're just going to skip forward one hold point instead of fighting the whole horde on the other one. Which, if you can get away with it, is very good. Less time on the map means less chances to make mistakes. There's less specials spawning in, less hordes spawning in. If you're able to make that ground on the map, it can be very strong. You just need to be careful not to get overwhelmed with the horde that you're moving during. Oh, you know, there could be a monster spawn once they take this drop down. I forgot about that one. So it's possible that it was not a patrol that they had, and there could be a monster waiting for them just ahead after this drop down here. You can see the Bolt Wizard is staying way in the back. His job on the team is pretty much to kill specials or high priority elite targets. So if he thinks that there's going to be specials coming or elites coming, you're going to see him back away to the back lines here, like he's doing, and he's just going to try and snipe from a distance. While the other three people are going to play like a frontline role. They're going to try and keep all this small stuff from getting to their wizard so they can protect her so she can take out these high priority targets. And this is where we're going to see if it was a patrol or a monster. It looks like it was indeed a patrol. They would have had a monster spawn right here. So that means they've dodged their first trigger. The first trigger was a patrol, and they didn't pull it, so that's good. They're moving into where the second trigger is, and now they know in their heads, because they didn't get a monster, and it was a patrol that they dodged, moving forward, this next trigger is going to be a monster. So somewhere between here and the end, or the middle event for the map, they're going to have to fight a monster, and they know it. So they're going to try and position themselves in order to deal with this monster, either when there's not a horde or in a good spot to fight a horde and a monster at the same time. Ideally, you kill a horde and then immediately try and trigger the monster so you have as much time as possible alone with the monster without a horde spawning in as well. Usually it doesn't overlap perfectly, and you end up having to fight the monster and the horde at the same time, unless you have a lot of damage against monsters, which this team doesn't really. They focused more on survivability against the specials and the hordes, which means when a monster does spawn in, they're going to have to spend a lot of time fighting it. Something must have scared the Ironbreaker there. He used his ult. I'm not sure what it was. And you can see the wizard trying to peek through the windows. He wants to make sure these gas rats don't throw in through the windows and force them out of the house, because this house is their safe space. And if a gas forces you out, it can be scary. But here they've cleared the horde. And so now they're going to move forward, and they're going to try and find this monster spawn. They know there's a monster waiting for them somewhere around here, and they want to try and fish it out while there's some dead time between hordes. They haven't hit it yet, so they're gonna know that a horde is coming soon, and here it is. So they're going to go to their next hold spot and try and deal with the horde. And they have to be knowing that just around the corner is the boss spawn. I guess it's also possible that it's directly after the event. That's a rarer boss spawn. I haven't seen it very often, but it can happen. This would be a little unnerving, knowing you have a trigger coming, but you can't quite find it. So they've set themselves up. The strategy with the team setup that they have right now, the flamethrower dwarf is just going to clear everything that's not armored. And that leaves the armor for the Witch Hunter Captain and the Bolt Staff. And then the Bolt Staff is also going to be the main sniping of the specials like the Gun Rats and Gas Rats and Assassins. With a little bit of help with the handgun and crossbow of the Mercenary and the Witch Hunter Captain. And because the Flamethrower Dwarf is killing most of the small stuff, there's not a lot of chance for the rest of the team to get temporary HP from attacking it. So they brought the Merc as a way to get temp HP. And there's the monster spawn that they've been looking for. They knew they had it somewhere, they just needed to find it. So what they want to do is try and do as much damage to this Chaos spawn as possible before the next horde comes in. And they don't have a lot of time. Most likely what's going to happen is they're going to have to be kiting this Chaos spawn around with the horde. That was probably an attempt to get shrapnel on the boss. But see, here's the horde and the spawn is still alive, and this is the trade-off that they had to make. They knew that they'd have low monster damage, and they're just hoping that the flamethrower can clear the horde and let them kite this monster around. Dwarf is gonna get grabbed there, but he had his his ground roll armor up. So what I would normally suggest them to do here is try and get 3 people to fight the horde, and 1 person just takes the monster and drags him away. But I couldn't see his HP. It looked like he was very low, and so they made a team decision to just try and burst this monster down, which seemed to work out very well for them. The monster's gone. They can actually back up to this house for their good hold position again, and it's not that bad because this trigger is cleared and most of the ambient enemies ahead are also cleared. So when this horde is eventually taken care of, they can make a straight run to the event and not much will be in their way. They don't have to worry about a monster trigger, and most of the ambients are cleared. They don't have to worry about that either. So after this last wave here, I'm pretty sure this is the last wave, they'll be able to just make a clean run to the event. And they might have to fight 1 more horde, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue for them. That Blightstormer is going to be kind of an issue. The Ironbreaker might make a decision to just eat this. Nope, the Wizard expelled the ult to make the kill. That's probably correct. The Blightstormer in that small house can cause some problems. The Witch Hunter Captain is a little low on HP, so when the Merc gets his ult up, he'll probably try and just ult for him to get some HP. The Wizard is low as well, so this Merc ult is going to be pretty valuable for them. Oh, that's double assassin, and they actually missed the handgun shot. They're spending a lot of time dealing with these specials, and so they might actually get caught in this tight corridor by a horde spawning in. We'll have to see if the game is nice to them or not. Here's an ambush. So this is what they were afraid of. They spent too long killing those specials. Now they can get surrounded by this ambush in these tight tunnels. Oh, it's actually like behind them. It's not doing too much damage to them. Ooh, a bolt in the back of the head on the Witch Hunter Captain. That's some friendly fire. It happens. It's hard to not hit teammates when you're trying to hit these specials and stuff. They got a little stuck. Let's see if they can get... Yep, the Merc made it through, so that's good. So now they're kind of fighting on 2 fronts here, in the front and behind, and you don't want to have to do that if at all possible. They've got a flamethrower set up, and ideally everything is in one spot and the flamethrower is killing it. Whereas you see right now, they're kind of having to split their attention between 2 different sides. They're making it work, but it's looking a little rough. Hey, Flemulus. Yeah, my team couldn't make the weekend work as far as when they were going to run their maps. So we went with the next closest time where everyone could be online, which was today. So technically the event is over, but my team hasn't done their run yet, so they're just doing it now. Yep. So this timing works out really well. They just had a horde. They're probably just going to run in and start the event. They don't want to have to fight another horde before the event starts, and we'll see which strategy they decide to go with. It looks like there's a little bit of a miscommunication. Dwarf went to one of the other hold spots. Yeah, they're just going to come over here and hope the flamethrower carries them. Ooh, Wizard has to get up quick. Okay, so this is a strategy you'll probably see just in quick play. No, it doesn't really matter, Flemulus. This is just for learning and for fun. So in quick play on this map, you'll see people hold here a lot because the enemies can really only come from one spot. It's a lot more difficult to make this hold on the modded realm just because so many enemies are thrown at you. But if you have a ton of frontline killing power with something like a flamethrower, you might be able to make it work, and that's what they're banking on. They're just hoping that even though Onslaught is throwing a shit ton of enemies at them, that they can just kill it anyway. They say, we don't care about Onslaught, we have a flamethrower, and that's what they're trying. Yep, I taught them the kiting strat. Yeah, it wouldn't work on Onslaught Plus. I mean, you'd have to have something crazy to hold on Onslaught Plus. But this is what they decided that they wanted to try, and it seems to be working well for them. The flamethrower is definitely putting some hurt on these enemies. Oh, everything can work, Rob. It's just what's easier. So I think Wizard went a little early. They didn't have to quite light those just yet. Yeah. I think she misread. Oh, that leech teleport. Ooh, that almost knocked her off. That could have been very bad. Yeah, Trollhammer would help too. I'm not sure that you could hold here with just the Trollhammer though, because you'd have to find time to go over to the ammo box. I'm not sure if you... maybe. I'd have to try it out. You'd want something else on the front line. Yeah, how long is the reload with the weapon update? I don't even remember. Very long. Yeah, you can still headshot. So this is the end of the event. If you heard, the wall broke down at the bottom there. So they're just clearing out the last little bit before they try and make a push, and here they go. They're making the push to try and get out of here. They don't want to leave their wizard. So it's not over just yet. It's very possible that they kind of get surrounded here in these tight corridors again. So they want to, if they can, push forward, deal with these storm vermin, but not spend too much time in here, because you don't want to get stuck. And Battle Wizard's going to make some space. Okay. That was a good event for them. They did a good job. And they've already done their second trigger, so they know the third trigger on the map is guaranteed to be a patrol, and they have to be feeling pretty good about that because they don't have to fight a monster down here in the water, which is very rough if you've never done it before. They're getting a little surrounded. Hopefully they can find a way to fight through this or choose a corner to just sit in as a team. Wizard took an overhead there, and she needs to find her way to the back of this group. That's a good firebomb, probably necessary, and that's a really good Ironbreaker ult. That ult is going to buy them a ton of space, and they'll be able to make it out with that Ironbreaker ult and combined with that firebomb. It was a little unfortunate they started to get surrounded there, but they made it work. I'm going to listen in to their communication and see how they feel about making it past that event.
I don't want to.
One more. No dead.
Alright, so we're seeing patrol next.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can hear them saying,
wizard?
we've hit our 2 triggers, we had
Patching
patrol
you?
monster, so we have a patrol next.
Leech on me! Oh gosh, thank God.
And it always feels good knowing your last trigger
Chaos Warriors.
is a
Chaos
patrol,
Warriors,
because you can
2.
usually dodge them if you know where they are.
I don't have a leech, I don't have a leech.
On leech on me.
Got it.
There's a handful of Chaos Warriors here that they have to deal with. Wizard
How many
is
Chaos Warriors? I'm picking up.
kind of rough
There's
spot.
two
You
now.
guys need a way out? Here, get out.
Three.
Oh, no.
Don't leave your...
I did not get out, but I have block on. You guys can shoot them away while I'm up here.
Okay, Witch Hunter
Yep.
made it through.
Trying to.
You can duck to go under that.
Yep.
You have to duck though.
Yep, there you go. Okay, so now they're coming back.
There's a hook out here. Got it. There's a horde coming, boys.
Here comes 3 Chaos Warriors.
They're gonna want to kill these Chaos Warriors before that horde shows
That
up.
corner we're
They were
shot is,
able
we'll do
to
just
clear 'em
fine.
out.
Yep, here.
Okay.
You
On the way,
don't
on
want
the
to
way.
hold the corner
You need
with
to worry
a
about the storm.
Yeah.
I got the blight.
Yep.
Or the
So Ironbreaker's
I'm
in the storm. That's
Oh,
not
oh,
the
big.
worst thing in the world. Ooh,
That's
Swarmor
gonna
going
get
in.
That's a fucking
Yeah, the
storm.
Merc is gonna have to alt
that
right
might
away.
If we duck.
That might
Merc
knock
alt,
me.
Merc
But only if
alt,
you duck.
Just alt Merc. Ooh,
Gathering
Wow.
on river.
So close.
there
Gather
you go.
around.
There's his alt. Okay.
Where are you guys? That's a waterfall spot. Let's go back to the corner we were at.
Yep.
And we all got swept out of.
I think we can go. Never mind. Don't go. Don't go.
Yeah, I don't want to go.
If there's no elites in this horde, this is actually
I'd
a
rather be
good
together in a
thing.
waterfall than apart.
They're gonna be able to get some temporary HP off this
idea.
horde, which is much needed temporary HP. There's no
We can
elites. There's
still
not
get a
much to be scared of.
monster.
This should
So
be
you can
pushable.
see
No,
the
it'll
white
have to be a
HP
patrol.
start to
We
get
already
up
got
a
our
little
monster.
bit with them.
See a
And
sneak
I
down
guess we just
outside here.
didn't hear the first
Droppers.
patrol.
Taking their aggro.
That's
Oh, on me.
got you.
Another one.
Another one behind. Dead.
Okay,
I have
I'm
all
with
their
our
aggros in
five
the corner
bubbles.
here.
So if you heard them right before I deafened, they are just now like realizing that it must have been their first trigger was a patrol and they dodged it, which makes sense. They fought a monster on the second patrol, or I mean, sorry, the second trigger. I think I misspoke there. The first trigger was a patrol that they skipped and they didn't even realize that they skipped it. So going into the second trigger, they hit the monster, and so yeah, they are realizing it now that they made it past that first trigger. There was just an accidental skip on a patrol. I guess not necessarily accidental, but they just never saw it, which is, I guess, ideal for a patrol. So they're getting really close to the end event, and this is their first try in the map. This map has been giving them trouble in practice, so I don't want to... Oh, here comes the Maulers. I don't want to jinx anything, but if they can make it past these next couple hordes, the end event should be a quick and easy win for them. So that overhead is not how you want to start it, though. Merc does have a purple potion, which he just, he drank it. He said, I'm getting a little scared with so little temp HP, and we're just going to drink this purple and everyone's going to be full health. He doesn't want anything to go wrong so close to this map being over. In here, the flamethrower is just going to do its thing. Once the elites are cleared out, he's going to have a ton of space to just use the flamethrower. And there's more ults from the Merc, just keeping everybody healthy. This is the third wave of the Horde, which if you don't know, the Hordes will always have 3 waves. Unless weird stuff happens, like there's a double spawn and they come kind of at different times. So with that third wave killed, they know that they're free to move, the Horde is over, and they're going to try and make more space and just get to this end event. They'll probably have to fight 1, maybe 2 more Hordes before they get to the end event. There's a loot rat. I don't know that they're gonna take any risks to get it, though. They may not have even heard it. They're just focusing on these Chaos Warriors. That was very close. I don't know if... Oh, BTMP is bugging a little bit with the HP bars. I thought for a second the wizard took an overhead, but it's just BTMP issues. So there's a new horde spawning in, and they're going to want to try and find a place to hold. They're choosing to do it back here. Put your backs to this wall. Try and make a barrier. Separate your backliner from the rest of the enemies. Just give this battle wizard space to bolt the specials, and the horde will be taken care of by the 3 people up front. And he's checking for item spawns back here, and he's going to get rewarded with a purple potion that's very strong. You can put that on the merc and just basically guarantee that people stay healthy all the way to the event here. You can also throw it on the Iron Breaker. The Iron Breaker's ability to taunt all the enemies to focus on him is very strong. It's got a very long cooldown though, so having a purple potion on the Iron Breaker can also be very strong. Getting 2 taunt ults out of the Iron Breaker can get you out of very sticky situations. That was a very early horde. The horde timer there was very small. That's unfortunate. The dwarf was pushed off by the climbing mauler. They have to commit now. And you can see the merc just drank his potion. Usually what you would do here is you would stay on top of that wall and use your ranged weapons to try and pull aggro from all of the ambient enemies. You see the guys in the distance there that are just kind of standing. You want to grab their attention and kill them while they're trying to climb the wall. But because the dwarf got forced down, they were kind of forced to just make it work. We have to go in, we have to fight the horde and these ambient enemies rather than doing it separately. It cost them their purple potion, but they dealt with the issue. Ironbreaker's alive, everyone's alive, and everyone's healthy thanks to the merc. And here's another horde coming in. I'm sure they're starting to get excited. They're very close to the end. They just have to not die to these last couple hordes here. And this is a very strong start if they're able to beat this map on first try. There's a patrol there. I don't know if they hear it. They must hear it. They're starting to back away. They hear it. If they dodge this patrol, that's the last trigger, and they're pretty clear to head to the end event if they can not accidentally pull this here. Yep, you have to range those. Yeah, I guess it does happen, Flemulus, where people die in the end event run. But they've got a battle wizard. She's got her ult to get her out of stuff. But we'll see, I guess. They dodged the patrol. It worked perfectly. They went... I don't know if I even showed them that spot to dodge that patrol, but they chose the right spot. Just put your back to that corner and keep your positioning on frontline, backline. Okay, I'm going to listen in on them a little bit to hear them, see if they have anything to say about this. It was a little overcommitment to save that person, but you can see they don't want anything to happen here. I'm going to listen in and see what they're saying.
Here, if we stay together, feels fine.
Yeah,
it's better than most.
Watch behind us. Look.
Good kill!
We do have to be careful.
Take it to go. Let's see if the patrol comes back around to it.
Yeah, and that can happen, Flemulus, but that's why you bring the handmaiden, right? Just guarantee that victory. A victory with one person alive and a victory with everyone alive. There's no difference. They're both victories, so...
Let's go draw some aggros from downstairs. I'd like to hold the next horde from within.
Well, there you go.
The house, yeah. That's thick down there.
Oh, yeah. Blightstormer, though.
Got the Blightstorm?
Behind?
Want me to start pulling from that?
Yeah, I'll start pulling downstairs. We'll have to start now.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
That should help.
So you can see there are a ton of enemies between them and the final house here.
So
they grabbed all of the enemy's attention. There's no horde chasing them at this point.
Alright, that's everything. Let's go.
So they cleared this
Get Rattling gun
space
to our
for
left.
them, and they're gonna try and make a sprint over to this last
one
house.
mauler.
Take it all to go, boys.
We here?
I'm in.
I'm gonna wait. Just make sure the one does get in.
Son of a gun. What a
Those
lead.
leeches are really trying to cut them off.
There's another one.
I'm gonna start cooking.
Yep. Got the other leech.
Someone could help me out back.
Yep. I'm gonna heal.
Yeah, heal.
So you
And
can
then
see they're playing it safe.
heal,
They're making sure everyone's healed up. Dwarf is
No, I'm
just gonna
good.
hold
I'm
this
good. I
all
got
with the
you.
flamethrower. He probably
hold
won't
him.
have any issues.
If we have extras, I'll use it. But
We don't. They leave
And
us
once
two.
this horde is done, they're probably gonna make the run to the end.
hook in the
2
mix
hooks.
and gas.
So,
He's skating.
Spam tag, boys. We gotta see what's in there. Hooks in.
Dead.
You heard him say to spam tag. It's always good when you can't see
There it
what's
is.
going on, either from gas or fire
All right, everyone
or
ready?
whatever it
We're
may
gonna take the rest of
be.
this to go.
Your
Let's go.
tag can still tag high priority
All right,
enemies,
Sean.
and it lets your
Um,
backliner
One.
Rock,
Rocket.
still see what's going on.
Good
And
luck,
here
everybody.
they go. And you just said,
Battle
heard him
Wizard,
say,
Euro escape.
good
Yeah.
luck,
Yeah,
everybody.
for real.
They're
Oh,
just
God,
playing
why
this
show
as
that?
every man
Patrick?
for himself.
If she gets hit by a straight bullet.
where are you?
Ooh, the battle
Go,
wizard's
go,
at
go, go, go,
3
go, just go.
HP.
Keep walking.
Love you, Kruber. You might be giving it for her.
That's fine. Just go.
Take
So
that
far,
purple.
so good.
Take
We
that
I'm gonna
will.
take
Purple
the-
potion is perfect on the
Mercy.
battle
Hook's
wizard.
gone.
That'll just guarantee the
Give it-
win if she can
Yep.
drink that purple potion.
Hook. I think that's it. There might be one more hook.
This should be
Leeches?
it. They made it past everything. Nothing cut them off. Yeah, this battle wizard's in the portal,
in.
This is on us.
and that's
super
GG
good.
for them.
Hey.
Good kill. Oh my goodness gracious, Mamma Mia,
First
Papa Pia,
try
everybody.
on the pit.
That's event 1. Woo! Woo!
Sick.
Let's go.
Sick.
That was
That's drunk
clean.
yet.
That was
Let's go.
our first run of the day is our best run of the day so far.
So far.
Clean, everybody.
Look, Swolmore did so
Clean.
good, he takes up
Easy
3 of
fresh.
the spots. That's just a bug with the
You beat me in
BTMP.
show.
Special
I
scuba
must not have been cooking
specials
enough.
killed
It's only
63
people
63.
on.
Shout out to the aim.
and elites.
It only is counting circles for people on the scoreboard.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Empire's a rough map, Flemulus, so we'll have to see how they do.
So you and I can claim that we're just the best at everything, and it just doesn't show it.
That's true. It's like you can't tell me. You can't tell me I didn't top score.
Show me the Carfax. Oh no.
Return to the keep. He probably didn't hit return to the keep. He's in here still.
Nope, I hit it.
Oh,
So
thanks.
you guys
I
were
was
waiting on
so
someone
focused.
else.
We aim to
It
please,
was
Captain.
me.
Good job, guys.
All right. So timer's still going. We have
Yep.
Anything you want to mention about how we performed?
Empire
That
and
kind of,
Flames next.
No, you guys handled
Avoidable?
that really well. I saw that you guys got confused when you couldn't find your first trigger, but you kind of made a guess that it was a patrol that you skipped. And after you hit the monster on the second trigger, yeah, I'm sure you had it figured out by then that
Yeah.
you just, and knowing that you had a patrol as your last trigger that you could hopefully dodge, probably felt pretty good. You didn't have anything else to worry about.
Oh,
so.
so nice.
No,
Yeah,
do you
you
want to
guys did
go Handmaiden?
I do.
Yeah, it's Empire, right?
Empire and Flames.
That's me.
Troll hammer time.
Okay, should I
need to
go,
go for a
Merc
long
again, or
walk.
should I stick with Witch Hunter?
It'll get us through the armor waves a lot faster. If you go,
Which?
which,
So you guys have 2 hours
What
and
troll
23 minutes left.
yeah, I'm not cooking either, so we'll
If
be able
Witch
to farm through
doesn't,
a lot
if Witch
better.
Hunter doesn't work, we can always go.
That's true.
Merc
Yeah.
Or
If our
Grail.
survivability isn't great, we'll switch back out. All right.
So,
Round 2.
Fight. Now, fight a new rival.
See you later, Captain.
Love you, Pesty.
Yep.
Deuces.
Good luck, guys. I'll talk to you, on the other side.
Sounds good.
Hopefully
Thanks,
in
Cap.
like 40 minutes.
Yep.
Hopefully not in like
or
60.
30. Okay, so you saw him switch classes around. They're changing it up a little bit just because of the events between the maps are different. So in this end event for Empire in Flames, there's a lot of armor that you have to deal with, and a Trollhammer Torpedo on the Ironbreaker is very good at dealing with that, as well as the bill hook on the Witch Hunter Captain. I think last game the Witch Hunter was running the rapier. Yeah, so you do have to worry about friendly fire a little bit with the Trollhammer Torpedo. We're going to see how well that goes for them. They're doing a little strategy right here where they send the Handmaiden forward and grab the aggro from all of the enemies on their path and just drag it up with the Horde. And they're just going to try and AoE it down with the Trollhammer and kill it all together. And that way, when the Horde is dealt with, they have another clean path with nothing in their way to the next hold spot. Nothing is there because the elf grabbed its attention and brought it here for them to fight. The front line is doing a really good job of not giving, backing up too much, not giving too much space to the Horde. The wizard has a lot of space to work with. If she needs to, she can just back up and start bolting specials as they show up. Usually if the Horde up front gets too thick, you can see inexperienced frontliners start to just back up and get scared. And they're doing a good job of just trying to hold it. Give the backliner as much space as she can have, and she'll bolt these elites. There's an unfortunate overhead on Swolmar, but hopefully there's a heal up ahead here for him. We'll see if the game is nice and spawned one. Yeah, no Twitch votes. Sorry, Havoc. It's hard enough for them anyway. And it doesn't look like there's a heal there. You can see Elf is looking. He wants to find it. Oh, Assassin. So the Witch Hunter's, yep, he's got to be feeling scared. So with the Witch Hunter dead, that weakens the front line. And the Wizard's not going to have as much space as she normally does to start picking off these Berserkers and the specials that are going to start showing up. The Ironbreaker is probably going to want to start spending his ammo. He wants to kill these Chaos Warriors. Yep, you see him reloading right now. So what they did is, normally you want to be fighting along the stone wall up there, but because they lost their Witch Hunter Captain, they wanted to back up just a little bit to make sure he respawns right here. If you are in front of these wooden carts, over at the next set of wooden carts, it'll actually force his respawn over past the drop down. Elf was out of position a little bit. She got cut off, and Ironbreaker just got hooked. Hopefully his ground rail saved him, but we're going to see if they can recover this. It's starting to look kind of rough for them. There's no Battle Wizard ult, and he's not going to be able to make this dodge, and so Ironbreaker's going to go down here. Oh my goodness, Ironbreaker was saved by the Handmaiden. They made it work. If he can... Okay, so he did not get the hook with that Trollhammer shot, but his team is going to be able to come in and... Oh my goodness. 11 HP. Next hook. He got hooked again. He cannot catch a break, and he's down. So now they have to make a decision here. Do they had to try and get the Witch Hunter Captain, or do they try and stay back here just as two and get a good respawn on both of them? And now the Alpha's gone, and the Hook Rat gets the Wizard. That was a rough start. The Ironbreaker could not find any space, and the specials got out of control. Once your front line starts to get weak, the back line, especially on a Bolt Staff, sorry. So that's a fake win. They didn't actually win there. So sorry, as I was saying, because they lost their Witch Hunter captain, it weakened their front line. And with a weakened front line, that's more stuff that's going to be pushing towards their backliner, their Bolt Staff Wizard. And that's a lot of pressure on the Bolt Staff. And the Bolt Staff, if it has a lot of pressure, he can't charge that bolt and start dealing with the specials. And once the specials can't be dealt with, they then in turn start grabbing the Ironbreaker if he can't make the dodges, and it kind of just cascades from there. The front line fails, which means the back line can't hit the specials, which means the specials start taking over the game, and that's what happened there. They were also a little separated. You saw the Handmaiden kind of die off on the right up high, where the two other people, the Wizard and the Ironbreaker, were down low. And then when the Handmaiden was brought back up, the Handmaiden and the Wizard pulled really far back, but I don't know if it was miscommunication or the Dwarf just couldn't make it with them, but the Dwarf was very far forward with the other two very far back. So instead of being like a 3-person team that can kind of make things work, it was 2 and 1 or 1 and 2, and that's even harder, and people just started to get picked off by the Assassin and the Hook Rat. So here they are on their second attempt. And it looks like they dropped the Witch Hunter captain. They decided they needed more frontline killing power. Witch Hunter captain has a lot of killing power, but Grail Knight, he's got a little bit more. And it could also be a comfort pick. If he's not as comfortable on the billhook with the Witch Hunter captain, you know, finding something you're comfortable with in the Grail Knight can make a big difference as well. And the Grail Knight can definitely kill these Chaos Warriors. Oop, Elf is getting a little stuck here. But you can see she kited through here and is just trying to grab the attention of everything. Oh, but the wave spawned behind and is pretty thick here. They want to get this Grail Knight up with the rest of the team. He's gonna, yep, he's doing the correct move. He's coming up and he's gonna drop down. Normally you don't want to fight in this this alleyway here because you don't have much room to back up, but they had an unfortunate spawn of the Horde up top with them, and it kind of forced them down. You can make it work here, it's just not as ideal as fighting up top. So Ironbreaker ulted. That's pretty good because they were just starting to lose a little bit of their space. And they've created the front line. So Wizard, you can see back here, there's nothing on her. She feels pretty comfortable, and they're starting to clear out everything up front. So they're doing good. They made it work. It was a little rough with the spawn, but they cleared out the ambience on the way to their next hold spot. And they're pushing forward. It looks like they're a little more comfortable with this Grail Knight, being able to make some frontline space. That's good. Oh, he got smacked right when he decided to do that ult. That's happened to me a lot. So the next hold spot, ideally for them, is up against this stone wall. Ooh, that Ironbreaker ult, I'm not sure about that. There wasn't much there for him. I think the Chaos Warrior scared him. He thought there was more there than there actually was. This is another okay spot. It's not the one that they want, but it works up against the stone wall here. Usually you want to be on the other side of the wooden carts, but there were just a lot of elites waiting for them. They couldn't quite push it forward. Ooh, a little bit of miscommunication on who was going to get the res there. They were able to get both people up, but having two people go down in that situation, not ideal. Looks like most of the elites were dealt with, and the next horde... Oh, no, that's just some small guys from behind. Yep, next horde is up front. There's a hook in there, and the Wizard is going to be looking at this hook rat, which means this blight has to be dealt with. The elf got the blight. Okay, so that was a little bit of a thing that could have gone wrong there, with the special sniper distracted on one special. The elf did her job and hit the blight, though. So you can see the dwarf pushing ahead really fast here. there's a potential monster trigger in the spot that he just was. And so he said to himself, we just killed the horde. If there's a monster here, I want to fight it right now while there's not a horde on top of us. So he sprinted as fast as he could, and he hit that trigger point. Now, there wasn't a monster this time, which is good for them, but that's what he was looking for. He was looking to see if they could spawn the monster in and get it out of the way. Now that there's a horde coming, and they know that there's not a monster trigger right at the gate. Ooh, I don't think he saw that stuff spawn behind him. He's a little stuck here. He's going to need to get some help from his team. Yeah, Grandma, you can't really help him there. Ooh, that's real scary. 9 HP on the Ironbreaker. He's going to need to get some temp off this horde. This gas is going to be scary for him, too. Okay, that was a scary situation. He's out of it for the most part. How does this compare to Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, Sudden Death Special Deed? So it depends on what difficulty you're playing that deed on. If it's a Legend deed, this is probably still a lot more stuff. On Cataclysm, with the specials, increased special spawn rate. Oh, there goes the Ironbreaker. You will get more special spawns on a Cataclysm special deed than you will here. But it's still a lot of specials. This is going to be more specials than a Legend difficulty special deed. Yeah, those Zerkers, it's hard to tell who they're looking at. And, okay, they were able to get the wizard up, and they're backing up for this respawn here. They're trying to make sure that the respawn is just over through that gate for their Ironbreaker. And they got it, so that's good. So if they go quick, they might be able to get their Ironbreaker up before the next horde spawns in. They have to go quick, though. This Girl Knight's sitting at a cool 1 health. And he's saying, I'm just gonna make sure that this Ironbreaker gets up. We don't want to have to fight without him for too long. There should be a heal just ahead on the left. And that, yep, he saw it, and he's going for it. Sorry, I'm getting some messages on Steam. So they got their dwarf back up, and you notice they're back in the same hold spot, but they've got to be happy that the dwarf is back up. It doesn't matter that they have to fight another horde right here, because it gets scary when you're down a player. They'd much rather fight an extra horde than be down that dwarf. And you can see things are going much smoother now that they've got most of their front line back as well. The wizard is a little low, 48 HP and wounded, but she can gain some of it back if she can get some temp HP on a horde that doesn't have any elites with her fire sword. And, okay, so the next horde is coming from behind. They've noticed it, though. So they're pushing to try and find this trigger. This is the third wave, which is going to be the last wave of the horde. And so you can see Elf, he's pushing ahead. He wants to see what their trigger is. He wants to see, is this a monster we have to fight, or is this a patrol we have to dodge? This first trigger extends to just past the drop down on the other side of this house. So they have not hit a trigger yet. So they know that they won't hit one now until they drop down ahead. So they're going to come back here, they're going to check for items, and they're going to wait out here until the next horde shows up. And they're going to fight the horde here. They found some items, but unfortunately there weren't any heals, which is really what they're looking for. They have 2 players wounded. They want to make this. They want to make it forward to get to the next item drop point to see if they can find some heals. and they're hoping it's a patrol ahead. If they have to fight a monster with 2 people wounded, it's gonna be scary for them. Whereas if they get a patrol, they can dodge it and hopefully not have to worry about it at all. The Grail Knight, they're holding a little far forward here. It's not too much of an issue, but you kind of want to have your backs to the wall more. A patrol, it shouldn't have spawned in just yet, but I guess it's possible. Oh, that is a very early horde spawn. Yeah, it's an ambush. So they're going to get surrounded here. They want to push back to their hold point. And looks like there's some indecision here. The dwarf is by himself. He really needs to be down with his team. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's a sneaky gas from behind. Yeah, that's going to force him in a little bit different hold spot. And this armored is sneaking up. Okay, he decided to go for the Grail Knight instead of overheading the wizard from behind. That could have been scary. You'll notice this bolt wizard, if the bolt wizard dies, their ways to deal with specials are a Trollhammer Torpedo, which you do not want to be firing at specials, a Grail Knight with no ranged weapons, and a damage over time Moonfire Bow. The Moonfire Bow is not bad at killing specials, but you definitely don't want it to be your primary special sniper. Here's the monster spawn that they were hoping they didn't get, and there's still some elites that they have to deal with also. We're going to see how they decide to fight this Rat Ogre. If this Bolt Wizard dies, they are pretty much out of luck when it comes to killing specials. So let's see what they're trying to do here. They're looking for this Rat Ogre. I'm not sure where it is. It was a Rat Ogre that spawned, right? I thought I heard one spawn in. So sometimes the drop down next to the elf just there, sometimes the monsters get stuck trying to climb through there. I don't see him though. So I'm not sure where this monster is or if I just heard something. I could have sworn I heard an ogre spawn in, and that might be what they're confused about too. They heard this ogre, they got scared, and now they can't find it. That hook separated them. Their Ironbreaker's a little separated from the rest of the team. I'm not sure where this ogre is. I wonder if the Ironbreaker has noticed that there's an ammo box there. With that ammo box in the corner, the Ironbreaker can just be spamming Trollhammer torpedo shots and just not care. I think he saw it. Oh, that Blightstormer's got to be dealt with. The bolt should get it. Maybe? I didn't see... Oh, the bolt's in the storm and I didn't see the elf die. Ooh. That's unfortunate. Kruber's gonna go in. Yep. Oh, and he's got to dodge this. Okay, that was a good dodge. So they've got to make a decision here. They can't just be kind of running around separated. The ogre has spawned, but they don't know where it is. They have to go get their teammate up. Yeah, don't spend time on that. You just got to get your teammate. Why are they going this way? Oh, they don't want to get stuck in the tunnel with the Rat Ogre just in case he's down there. I understand that. So they're opting to go for this path. This path, you don't normally go this way. It's not unheard of, but normally the tunnel is what you take. Oh, there's another ammo box. That's perfect. If the ogre does show himself, having that ammo box with a Trollhammer torpedo is going to be invaluable. He can just spend as much ammo. And there's another one in the house. So there's the ogre. Hopefully the dwarf knows that this ammo box is here. Kruber's a little separated from the rest of the team. Looks like, yeah, hopefully Kruber can handle himself in here. Nope. That's okay, he tried. So Dwarf just took the Ogre and he's back here. Just troll hammering. The leech grab. That's unfortunate. So, good news is, they do have a Handmaiden with Invis, and there's a boss wall. Which means that this Handmaiden can kite around long enough, just dodging enemies. His teammates are eventually just going to keep respawning right in front of that green firewall there. Yep, so there's the first teammate, and he can actually, if he doesn't get grabbed, ooh. Here's Kruber, and Handmaiden is very, very hard to kill. She is very low on HP, so she's going to have to play it safe. Yeah, that gas, don't go in the gas, and there's the Ogre. He wants his ult. The gas is going to kill him. Yeah, that gas was rough. So that's another wipe there. It was very rough with that Ogre spawn, kind of bugging out. They were preparing to fight the Ogre, and then he never showed up. And then things started to go downhill when they just weren't prepared for what happened. Yeah, and their items were a little off. It looks like they want me to come in and talk for a second.
Yeah,
that's true.
Hey guys, that Ogre was rough.
Where did it show up?
He just
expect that?
They can get stuck above the tunnel, and so you triggered him when you did the drop down, and I'm sure you heard him spawn in, and then he just never showed up. It's because he was stuck above the tunnel. And so when you went to go get the res, he kind of like saw you guys and found his way out of the tunnel and started fighting you.
Dang.
So it was just a little unlucky. The monster spawned in a spot that he can get stuck, and then it kind of set the pacing off for you guys a little bit, since you heard him spawn in but couldn't find him, and then you were confused, and yeah.
What was the never-ending horde thing going on?
I didn't notice a never-ending horde, but it could have just
like
been
the red ogre after the red
I think it was just horde later than
we just
ambience.
took too long. Yeah.
you took a long time killing the horde, mixed with ambience, most likely.
Okay.
You want me to stay on Grow Knight, or do you want me to switch to Merc?
I like the killing power, but if you think we need more survivability, Mark, for sure.
Well, I was just thinking, I don't know, did we have a problem with specials that round? Or do you think it was
really?
Not really.
I was noting to my chat that if your bolt wizard dies, it's all on the Handmaiden for specials, which is fine. It's just something I point out.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you guys are good to go, I'll step in. But
all right, you head back, Pesty. We'll figure it out. Thank you, though.
Yep. So you guys make a decision.
I like foot.
I can do foot. That way I have both.
You have 2 hours exactly.
Make sure your talents are configured properly.
2 hours exactly left. Okay.
Yep.
2 hours, 3 maps. Simple as.
Alright. Fewer chaos at the start. Woo!
Hopefully.
You guys handled it pretty well at the start of last map. So.
There were still like 6 chaos warriors.
There
That's
were.
never fun.
It was rough. Okay. I will
It was certainly interesting.
see you guys on the other side. Good luck.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
So this is
If we win.
Okay, so they're gonna go in.
Time for a dance, darlings. But choose your partners with care.
They're gonna go in for attempt number 3. So in a normal tournament, which this isn't, but if you're practicing for tournaments, 3 attempts is the max that you can have. If you lose on your 3rd attempt, you have to just get 0 points for the map. So this would be their final attempt on the map. You also heard us talking about a time limit. Usually it's 3 hours for 4 maps. And so a team can decide, hey, we've spent way too much time on this map. We're not going to get it. We don't want to run out of time on the other maps. We'll just drop it and move on. So along with 3 attempts being the maximum, they also have a time limit that they're trying to contend with. You don't want to spend too much time on a map. You can see they've opted to drop the Grail Knight for a Foot Knight. The Foot Knight has a bonus over the Grail Knight in that he can come with a handgun. He can help with those specials if the Bolt Wizard is being pressured too much or ends up dying. And he has a lot of frontline capability. He's not going to kill as fast as a Grail Knight, but he can create a lot of space with his ult. And so they're trading kill potential on the front line for help with specials, it looks like. The dwarf fell down again, so you can see the team all moving to him. You want to try and stick together. Yes, the Foot Knight stagger is very strong. Like I said, you lose out on the killing power that a Grail Knight gives, but there is a lot of space that this Foot Knight can create pretty much whenever he wants. So what they're doing right now is there's still a horde left, but they know that it's the third wave of the horde. And so they're going to just try and make space, like make progress on the map while that horde is still there. Just make as much progress as possible. They're a little too separated in my opinion. It could have been really bad if this Ironbreaker got jumped by that assassin. Luckily he didn't. Yeah, the Handmaiden is blocking a lot, and I think that just comes from a comfort thing. You know, when you're new to modded, you're not used to this many enemies being in front of you, and so you kind of revert to, I just need to survive, this is a lot of stuff, let me hold block. And that kind of goes away the more you play modded. You get more used to just attacking even when stuff is in front of you. So that's just a comfort thing for, you know, with these players being newer. And also, yes, Flemulus is correct. You know, if you can get away with not blocking at all, that's prime gaming right there, but... Oh, Wizard did not see that storm. Turned around and walked right into it. I think he was focused too much on trying to find the Blightstormer himself. So they're going to reposition here, fight this horde with their backs to the stone wall. And, you know, you've seen it before. This is the spot that you hold. And they're going to try and make space for this wizard so she can start picking off these specials. The gas rat, the Blightstormer that's giving them trouble. And they're going to try and find where the second wave is. They want to know if it's coming from front or behind. There's a storm there. She's got to try and find it. She's not going to find it. So the storm is actually going to separate them, it looks like. Dwarf is going in. That's not the Blightstormer you want. They need to regroup here. Okay, they're doing fine. I'm not sure where the next wave is, if they just killed it while I was paying attention to the storm, or what's going on. So they need to call out that this horde is behind. I'm not sure the wizard knows. There we go. So if they can create this front line for the wizard, she's just going to start bolting these elites out of the horde. Maybe get some temp HP. Yep. This is going fairly well. It looks like the Foot Knight is giving them a lot of space that they want. It is taking them longer to kill these hordes. But the extra space, I'm sure the wizard is very happy to have it. Find these specials for the team. On top of him giving a lot of space, depending on the talents that the Foot Knight shows, they probably have the damage reduction aura, which is just pseudo increased HP for everyone on the team. Everyone on this team is going to be happy about damage reduction. Yeah, no, Havoc, I didn't think you were complaining. It's definitely good advice to give players at every level. The less time you spend blocking, the more time you spend doing damage, and that means you're killing stuff faster, which means it's not killing you, and you're making progress on the map. All of the above. Yep. So they're dragging a lot of elites with them here, which is fine. They're just going to have to be careful. A little bit of miscommunication on the Foot Knight ult and the Trollhammer shot there. They're gonna probably want to back up here. They're committing pretty hard, and I'm not sure it's gonna be able to work. Yeah, they're split 2 and 2, and there's some indecision going on. Looks like they're pushing. Foot Knight's cut off, and he's gonna get grabbed. I don't think they can save him. They're just gonna have to go without a Foot Knight. It sucks that the Foot Knight died there, but to be honest, that's about as good as that situation could have gone. They were surrounded by armor, but they're in a hold spot. They've got 3 people. They're going to try and make it work here. This wizard should throw her bomb. This is definitely a bomb throw time. That storm is going to go. That was a rough cast from the storm. So now their front line is basically gone. They've lost their Ironbreaker, they've lost their Foot Knight, and Wizard's going in the storm at 3 HP. That's going to kill her. Yep. That was very rough. They pushed hard without clearing elites first, and they paid for it. Ideally, what they should have done there is grab those elites' attention and pull them to the doorway at this that leads into the town and kill them and fight another horde. They also have not hit their trigger yet, so they really want a patrol here. Patrol is easy to dodge, and that's what they want to do. Oh, what are they doing? Looked like they were going to try and move for a rescue on the team with a speed potion, but this horde is still here. Elf needs to find a way through. She should be fine. She has a lot of stamina and block cost reduction. Ooh, she got hit pulling out a bomb. That's rough. And yeah, end all be all, the elf needs to make it out because she's the one that's going to be able to get these reses on the other teammates. She came back to try and help the wizard, which I don't fault her for. But if things go badly, the elf is the one that you want to get out of here. Looks like wizard is going for the ladder. Hopefully that speed proxied over. It looks like it did. There's the monster spawn. So with the monster spawn, they know that they have a boss wall ahead. So it's going to be a similar situation to last time. But they're going to be able to hopefully get their teammates up. I would say one person should grab the ogre's aggro. Which it's going to be on the wizard now because of the invis. And they're going to have to troll hammer all of this stuff down. This is pretty much all on the Ironbreaker to troll hammer everything while the wizard tries to distract this ogre. Hopefully she almost has her ult. She's going to be able to ult out. Someone got grabbed. 2 people down over there. So now it's on the Foot Knight to get reses if he can. Or the Battle Wizard. Battle Wizard does not have ult. You don't want to be in this corner. This isn't good. How's the... Oh, the other one's dead too. Yeah, that was rough. They pushed into the elites, and it kind of snowballed from there. That was rough. Yep, so you guys can try it again if you want, but in a tournament that would have been 3 attempts.
Yeah. Let's go to the next map, and then if we have time after, we can do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like. Slash win.
Next up is Fester.
Festering?
Festering.
What did we run on Festering last time? I think I did Witch Hunter.
We had Witch Hunter, Handmaiden.
It was
Something
just
else.
Trollhammer Bolt again.
Yeah.
Unless, Sean, do you want to run Ranger Vet Merc?
No, you seem to be having fun with Trollhammer. I'm not going to take it.
I mean, it's not a matter of fun or not. It's I kind of want to win. You know what?
Just Trollhammer more. We'll win more.
I ran out of ammo more.
Yeah, exactly.
I ran out of ammo every single time last game. We still lost.
No. I don't know.
Trollhammer does not just win the game.
Ironbreaker is your main.
Alright.
I'm very comfortable with you on Ironbreaker.
Okay.
You guys all good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
As we'll ever.
As we'll ever be. Ready as we'll ever.
I won't weary you with the history lesson, but the rock bloods have found themselves.
I'm gonna make some notes just as far as stuff that goes right and stuff that goes wrong, and we can talk after if you guys want, or you know tomorrow or whenever you guys want.
After we get cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
Other than that, I guess I'll see you guys on the other side. Good luck on this map.
Thank you.
Hold up a meeting.
JP, run Handmaiden rather than Sister. No, Handmaiden is more of a comfort pick for this player specifically. Null really likes the Handmaiden, and she's not bad. Sister is definitely, I think, all around stronger, but Handmaiden still brings valuable stuff to the team. So, but you are correct. Sister would be more meta. Even with the tourney rebalance, she's very strong. She was nerfed very hard, but so this is a very early ambush on them. They want to try and push into the water area here, which looks like they're gonna be able to do, but that was kind of rough. That was the game being rude with a very early ambush and a lot of elites. They're starting to create their position here. And this is where they want to be right here. Fight the Horde here, give the Wizard some space to kill some specials. You have the Handmaiden aura, but also for maps specifically like Festering Ground, where the end event requires someone to go off by themselves, Handmaiden can be very good at that. So like a Handmaiden inside the center of Convocation of Decay, or a Handmaiden killing the Bubos here in the end event. Anytime you have to send someone off alone, the Handmaiden's pretty good at that. And so that was not only just comfort pick, but also a little bit of strategy choice, specifically for Festering Ground. We want Handmaiden to be able to go kill those Bubos. And it was another reason they brought it for Empire a little bit. She lacks in a lot of the frontline DPS for Empire, but the idea was that she was going to be the one going to get the barrels. If they had made it to the end event. That's true, Flemulus. You're right about that. So the next hold spot is kind of in the corner that Saltspire was in. They're choosing to back up a little further because you can also hold in this room over here if needed. Both work fine. You're just a little bit more forward if you're in that corner, but it's not the end of the world if they have to back up here. It looks like Trollhammer took care of that Blightstormer, so that's nice. So, unlike a lot of maps, so most maps you play, the events are the ones that, the points in the game that you really want to like get ready for and practice for, and that's what's going to give you the most trouble going through the map. Festering Ground specifically, though, is kind of the opposite. The end event in Festering Ground, when done with a specific strategy, is very, very easy, and it's kind of hard to lose if you've made it to the end event. But the map itself can be very difficult. There's a lot of tight corridors that you have to fight in, and the triggers are in very awkward places. So it can be very difficult to to get through the map itself rather than the events, if that makes sense. Where normally the events are what causes people issue, this Festering is kind of the opposite. It's the triggers themselves. So they clear this horde pretty quickly. It looks like they're getting another ambush, though. Yeah, they're getting a little impatient because they're getting very unlucky ambush timings. They can't move forward until the horde is dead because the trigger is really just past this bridge, and you don't want to hit the trigger at the same time you have a horde. Let's see, there's a bomb over there. I don't know if they're going to look for it. Yeah, they didn't notice that firebomb. That might be helpful. So they're getting to the point where they can start to potentially hit a trigger. They definitely don't want to hit the trigger with that much armor, though. That is a lot of elites. That overhead almost hit the wizard. I don't know how it didn't. So good news is they have a lot of time to kill all these elites. Trollhammer took him out. He's got 1 shot left. So they're missing a little bit of monster damage. The Trollhammer is their main monster DPS, and he's only got 1 shot left. Ideally, he finds some ammo over here in case they get a monster spawn. So they haven't hit their trigger yet. It could still be a monster or a patrol. They dropped down. I don't know that they wanted to drop there with this horde coming. Watch your back, wizard. Yep. A bunch of stuff behind. So they still have their trigger that they have to deal with, and they don't know what it is. They don't know if it's a... Oh, the double assassin. I only thought there was one there. That was crazy. They need to just kind of like sit in here and stop pulling elites and just deal with what's in front of them. They're trying to go a little too fast, I think. It was a good Ironbreaker ult that buys them some space, and they're going to be able to clear this up. I don't know if they just felt uncomfortable in this area and they were trying to push out for better positioning. But yeah, they made it work. So they're still fishing for their trigger. It could be a boss or a patrol, and they don't know what it is just yet. I have a feeling at this point it's going to be a patrol. He didn't dodge. Okay, so Gromrel, I don't even know if it was Gromrel there. It must have just been the Witch Hunter being quick. They don't want to hit the trigger now. They cleared out this area of ambience. They know a horde's coming, which there it is. They're just going to find a good spot to hold and deal with this horde. It looks like they're choosing this corner over here. This corner is fine to hold. Sometimes enemies can spawn behind you. As long as you deal with those, it's fine. You can try and hold on the ramp as well, but this is going to be fine for them, I think. They just have to keep an eye behind them.
Get the ass. Get the ass.
I definitely think the Witch Hunter helps with the horde clear.
I concur sharply.
With
you know what? There might be
beer
a
being about
monster all the way at the bottom here.
Who the funk it, right?
The hold?
I'm gonna look up top.
Okay, I'll check right.
There's some spare healing up here.
Oh, I got punched.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Sean, can you come in here? I got
Maybe you
something.
guys a hole here.
Coming in.
That's fine. We've got spare healing.
No, you got it?
Coming up.
Oh,
I hear one thing.
Leech behind, leech behind.
I'm dead. Oh no.
Patrol up above us.
sun's going down, dark deeds await. Eh? It caught our attention that the Rotbloods are digging for something. Turns out they're after the lost monolith of Gulmagak. Cursed thing is said to contain the putrid soul of a long-dead
paper warriors.
The armor was filled out with glue and duct tape.
That's when I learned Waystalker was after Sisters release, because I just camped Elf so no one...
Simple as.
Yeah, I think I did mute myself on accident. I don't remember where
I feel that way too.
where I did it.
If you were to like,
I've been talking this whole time. That's unfortunate.
That's me personally. That's just my opinion.
Okay, that's not bad.
Very early.
Yeah, it looks like they're hit with another early ambush.
This is ambience, I think. Yeah.
Out. Oh, is this ambience?
And then we got our horde.
Okay. The horde is still pretty early.
You like my house?
It looks like they're still kind of in good spirits, which is good because after losing 4 in a row now, something teams run into during tournaments is a loss of morale. It can really feel bad, especially on event day when the game gives you this bad of RNG, and also you make mistakes.
Oh, pounce. Help up another
one.
Got it.
And you
behind.
I'm gonna mute them now that we've heard them talk a little bit. You don't think about it too much, but morale plays a big role. If you let the game get to you, you start making mistakes, and it just kind of snowballs from there. You make more mistakes, which means you die more, which means you get a little more salty, and you play even worse. And so they seem to still be in good spirits, which is good. They changed the team comp up with something I think they feel that they might be a little more comfortable with, and something that allows them to make mistakes, if that makes sense. With all of the temporary health regen that the mercenary is going to give and the ranger veteran is going to give, it gives them a little more leeway in making mistakes. Because if you take a hit, you know you're going to have that health back fairly quickly with the 2 ults that give the temp HP. And that's the game, the other side of the RNG. They just got 2 heals and a purple potion on the first item drop. Let's see what they... Ooh, that gas is going to be rough, though. Double gas throw. Yeah, they're just trying to push forward here. Get out of that small corner with that gas. That is an early trigger. Let's see if they know what to do with this. Do they even realize they hit that trigger? Did they hear it? They had to have heard that. Yeah, they have to push to the larger area. Yeah, they're drinking purples. Looks like Ranger Vet is just gonna try and nuke this down with the purple potion. Okay, they phased it, and this should be 3rd wave right here. They don't have the Ranger Veteran to do damage. He's separated from the rest of the team. He's got his ult, and he's going to be able to kill the elites in this wave. If this is 3rd wave, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to have a lot of time to fight this troll now without having to worry about waves. So this actually worked out fairly well. That purple potion was extremely strong for them, allowing the Ranger Veteran to get all that damage in, and even though he was separated from his team, be safe from the horde that spawned in up front. That purple potion, like, completely saved that. Not to say they couldn't have done it without it, but that just made it so much easier having that purple on the Ranger Veteran. And that's the first trigger, so they can now take this as slow as they want. Pull all these ambients. They have nothing to worry about going into this open field, which has to feel really good. They're falling back a little bit. That assassin jump was a little unlucky. He's low on HP and there's a hook in there. They got the hook. Oop, looks like he got the hook. Okay, that's good. The Merc Shout is going to help the Witch Hunter Captain get some of his HP back. They're giving up a lot of ground right here. I don't know if they really want to fall back this far. RV is sitting on his ult. He should... I think ideally the RV ult's here just for the temp HP for his team. The elf is very low, and so is... well, it's mostly just the elf, I guess. It's hard to tell with the BTMP mod kind of messing up with the HP bars. I have to look at the numbers rather than the bars themselves because it messes up so much. They dealt with that pretty good, though. They've pulled some stuff from up front. There's a bomb. They're going to be able to push forward to the next hold spot, I think, pretty easily. And so this first trigger extends all the way to basically where the Grim is at the big drop down. So they have a lot of space here where they don't have to worry about a trigger. And they know that when they get to the Grim, it's a patrol that they're going to have to deal with. This is a lot of elites. This is a ton of elites. Merc is a little out of position. He wants to be with the rest of his team here. That's an okay firebomb. That's a lot of stuff. And you want to get rid of it because there's a horde coming. Now, because of that firebomb, they don't have to like deal with this horde at the same time as all the elites. So I think that was a pretty good firebomb. Looks like they're going to choose to try and hold down here. The Merc keeps getting caught out of position. He really wants to fight his way through. Yeah, and a shout is going to do it for him. But you can see, even with some of these mistakes being made and hits being taken, they have so much temporary HP regeneration because of the Mercenary and because of the RV ult that, you know, things are still working out okay for them. This gas rat is going to be an issue. That's going to... They need to take this gas rat out if they're going to decide to hold in this corner like this. Did they take it out? I may have missed them taking it out. Same with that Blightstormer up there. So if you're talking about the drop down where the Grim is, Flemulus, that would be the start of trigger number 2. So this right here, this drop down is still first trigger. All the way back to, like, up forward, I mean, to where the Grim is where the second trigger starts. If I'm not mistaken. I guess it's possible I'm wrong, but that's my understanding. Is second trigger is near the Grim. And that this is all first trigger. They should really try not to fight up here on this wood here. Yeah, you want to drop down. You just have a lot more space to move down here. And you're going to want to... They're a little separated, and their formation is not set up right now. They want that front line, back line. They made it work. They've recovered, and they want to collapse on each other and create this front line for this Ranger veteran. Merc is still out of position. He really needs to find a way over to his team, and this keeps happening. Okay, that's first wave of the horde taken care of. Just 2 more waves. There's this second wave. I guess I haven't been counting. Okay, there's another assassin. And that, hopefully they can find him. He's been, okay, they got him. I was gonna say, he's been tagged. They should get him. Okay, and then, yeah, this will be the final wave. So, if the game doesn't spawn an ambush again while they're split up, they should be able to split a little bit. And, ooh, that's a lot of elites. I think they're going to just decide to forego those heals up there. Oh, they're pushing for it. That was a lot of elites to clear out, and they got to get to their team quick before this horde spawns in. They made it work, I guess. Yep. Well, that was risky, but they got a heal out of it, and the Merc, yeah, he's going to heal himself here. He's no longer wounded. He's been wounded for a while. I didn't see if these two checked the spawns. There's item spawns back where those Skaven slaves are coming from. It looks like they're checking them right now. And there's a potion back there. What did she get? Strength potion. That'll be helpful. It's not a purple potion for the Merc or the RV, but it's still nice to have. So they've gotten a little confident. They're pushing out of their hold spot, and they might pay for it. They're going to get surrounded here from this ambush. They're probably calling to back up, yeah. Oh, I guess there's no elites back there. They can handle it 2 and 2 as long as there's no elites. Merc was forced forward by this gas. He probably could have backed up, but maybe a little impatient with it. So this big hole here that they're about to jump down, this is where Trigger 2 is going to start to be what they have to look out for. They killed a monster. It was a troll early on, if you remember. So with that monster as first trigger, it's going to be a patrol here. So let's actually listen to hear what they're talking about going into this second trigger.
Comes around the other side.
Yeah, careful, you're all alone up there.
Probably Kruber, because you have the least drop off.
I can find it. I missed it.
Oh.
I hear the cast patrol as well.
Watch behind.
I don't remember the hide spot.
That is unfortunate. So I have told them briefly where you hide from a patrol here. And it sounds like they don't remember where it is. You can hide at the Grim chest.
I hit him, didn't kill him. There it is.
From patrols here.
Another one.
Smells like there's another one.
Got him.
You can get lucky if you
grab above everybody.
Down the other corridor to the left.
It's gonna do a little.
But sometimes the patrols go back that way, and sometimes they jump up.
Do a little dancey dance.
He just remembered where you hide from the patrol. They're getting a little split up here, but it's just Skaven slaves, so
I got behind you. Group.
Stupid light.
it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Mark the shielded ones. I'll try and snipe them.
And it looks like Kruber's going. He wants to find that patrol.
I think this is just shielded trash.
Yeah.
There, the patrol just spawned in. Let's
There's
see
the
Kruber
CPAT.
He saw it. Okay.
Oh, it's a storm vermin patrol. Sean, you brought a pistol, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, they're debating killing this
Want to
patrol.
walk through 'em?
Can.
That's a big patrol. What do they have? They have a strength
on the bridge.
potion. If they want to kill this patrol, they need to do it like right now. It looks like they chose to. That's a strength firebomb. They should have this with a strength firebomb. Yep. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Ranger vet, strength firebomb.
Coming up. Coming up.
Okay, they lost some people that they probably didn't need to, but it's not the end of the world. They took care of the patrol.
That's one way to do it.
That's two
I
triggers
guess so.
down, just one trigger left.
Wasn't
Got it.
pretty, but it's done.
Nice shot.
I'll check left.
That was gonna be bad.
I think we're all focused fire on that.
Careful, don't get waterfall.
Let's move off the bridge and just go to the left.
I was thinking about making a guide for that, Flumulus, because I've already made guides for like respawn triggers, but
Look.
I haven't done anything yet. So yeah, like Havoc said, you'll probably have to just
Nothing
What's all
good.
these
put
trash
Raven's
orbs?
mod on.
I don't know.
Gas.
Yeah,
What
I've
if
only
they're
done it
on,
for 4 maps or something. I still need to do all the other ones.
Nice shot.
Okay, so I'm gonna deafen them again. Oh, that'll be cool, Havoc. You'll have to link it to me when it's done. So you're able to see the power of the Masterwork pistol on this Ranger veteran as he goes through here. With the ammo drops, he's never hurting on ammo with how many specials come in on Onslaught. And you can just one-shot Storm Vermin. So that entire Storm Vermin patrol, you just go in Viz and you right-click down all the Storm Vermin. Looks like they paused. Are they having some issues here? Let me check in on them.
All right.
You guys doing okay?
Internet.
Internet issues?
Yeah. Internet issues.
Did someone drop out?
Deceptive's about to drop out.
Okay.
He's like DCing.
Okay.
So,
Just remember that you'll have to unpause before he joins in, otherwise it can cause issues. So he'll have to let you know when he's ready to join back.
Alrighty.
Loading corpses.
Alright. Nothing in my house, so we'll just run it, I guess.
Alright.
See if it gets better.
you unpause.
Just hit slash pause again.
Yep.
Okay, it's down to about 117. There we go.
Okay. It's back to reasonable.
Looks like they just had some
Back
lag
to tolerable,
issues on
I'd say.
Deceptive. They were gonna try and see if there's a way to fix it, but
You got it? Okay.
hopefully it's getting better for them and they can just continue. I thought that they were saying that someone had
Nothing.
dropped, but it wasn't quite that bad.
Let's head up here and head left.
That is a little
nice.
unlucky. They didn't get any heals in this area. You heard them say that they were a little disappointed in that. There's still two
Today is
players
Tuesday, isn't
wounded.
it?
Yeah, well,
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
that could get fun. Tuesday Steam maintenance.
That's not a
Yeah,
comforting
hopefully
thought, I
the
just
Steam
realized that.
maintenance on Tuesday isn't an issue.
Oops a daisy. You
No,
may have
no,
made
it's not.
mistakes.
Yeah, we didn't think about that when scheduling this.
Hook.
air hook, yeah.
So yeah, they didn't find heals there with two players wounded, but a little bit of showing the power of this temp HP team with the Ranger Vet and the Merc. They're just looking very healthy here. They just need to not get one shot. If anyone takes damage, like a couple of them have now. I was gonna say the Salts player, but the Ranger Vet too. They just need their alts up and they'll get all that HP back.
Ammunition, should you have a cab? Think the shield will stop me from it.
This is pretty thick up here. 2 Chaos Warriors, 2 Maulers. Hopefully the Bill Hook is able to make some quick work of those Chaos Warriors. Watch your backs, guys. Yep. Salt Spire's down, and Barden's knocked. So now everyone but the elf is wounded. And they can't really retreat for respawns. Ooh. That double gas is rough. They really want to find some heals and get their teammate up quick. So they were pretty comfortable before, but combination of those Chaos Warriors getting some, I'm guessing, running attacks or overheads in, and those gas rats, they're a little low on health now. Their teammate is just over there. That's a really good respawn. They just need to survive these 2 waves, 3 waves of horde, and make a good push to their teammate. It doesn't look like there's any armor in these hordes, so there's some berserkers, which can be annoying, but nothing super scary. They're not getting chaos warriors. There's an assassin that needs to be taken care of. They got it. Another assassin. I want to kill that gas rat. They don't have enough space to move around here. Ooh, that running attack. It probably wasn't meant for her. They were able to get her up, but now every person is wounded. And Kruber dies for it. He dies to the fire rat. So we're back to a position where the elf really wants to survive, but this fire rat's not going to make it easy. That fire rat has to die, otherwise the elf is going to go. Yep, she needs the ult here. Ult and get that fire rat, yeah.
I think we broke the warp fire through her. Northland brother.
So I don't think she's even gonna wait for too many respawns here. She's just gonna. She knows this is last wave, and there's specials on their way soon. She's just gonna try and make it to these teammates here. She can drop to the right here. She didn't know that. Yeah, just go quick for these respawns. And there's double heal here. That's good. So they're only getting 2 people up. It's going to be a team of 3, but they're going to be pretty healthy, and they got some items. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Hopefully he can fight his way over. Okay, Storm is dissipated. He's gonna try and make it to his team. Is he not helping? Oh, the elf goes down with a teammate next to him. Okay, there's some temp HP on people and some damage reduction. And the chaos warrior is gonna be taken care of. They've somewhat stabilized. Next horde came behind. That's okay. They can fight this, get some temp HP, not have to worry about the horde pulling too many ambience from forward. I hope he noticed this chaos warrior above him. I'm not sure what Kruber's pushing forward for right now, other than pulling ambience, but he did leave his team alone with the horde. Probably just trust that they'll be able to finish it. That's a lot of stuff on your dwarf. Yeah, get back to your team. Just kind of help with these specials, guarantee that people can come back up. Blight is in an awkward spot. He's casting on the Salt Spire, but no vision for the other 2 to take him out. Oh, he can see him. No. Okay, well, he might be able to use this storm to clear out some of this stuff. Don't go for the res. Nope, don't go for the res. That's not what you want. He got a little greedy with that, I think. They can survive these hordes if they just stick together as a team. Yeah, they split up for this res. They really should have just stuck together, because now they're down to 2 people instead of 3, and they're pushing into another area where ambience have not been pulled. They really just needed to play it slow there. Yeah, they're overcommitting hard on reses. With 3 people and just hordes of like a couple of elites, you don't need to push that hard for the reses. They just needed to clear that horde as 3 people and get the dwarf when it was safe. Not over yet. We're gonna see if the fancy footwork of this ranger vet can get them out of this. He's got specials he's got to be careful of. That purple potion's gonna be pretty nice. Let's see if he can circle around. He's gonna try and hope to find this horde. It's up front. He needs to drag this horde away from the cave so it doesn't cut him off. Oh, don't focus on the assassin too much. Yeah, he's spent too much of his time in the ult focusing on the assassin. I don't know that he's got time now to... Okay, so the assassin's dead. He's got to find a way around all this stuff. This is going to be hard, especially with a new assassin spawning in. Yep. Okay, so the assassin went up. Nope. This is a rough spot. I think this might be it. Yep, that's it. It was just overcommitting to that res right there. They really could have had it if they just played it a little bit slower. Could try Dame. I'm not sure what you mean, Havoc. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty close to GG even before that moment. It was GG when they overcommitted for the res. If they just play slow there, kill the horde, all 3 waves, pull the elites, even if they need to kill another horde, with the 3 people that were up, it wouldn't have been too difficult. They could have got the res fairly safely, but that's what happens.
Cannot reach the game host, have been disconnected.
This must be Steam going down. So I'm gonna pause the timer.
That's concerning.
Hopefully it's
How did that one happen?
down. Oh, I still have
Everybody got
Steam
disbanded.
up.
Did Pesty crash?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Hello?
Wait till Null figures out what's up. Who was hosting? Was that Null or was that Swole?
I think Swole was the one we decided
Swole?
on. Yeah.
Okay. Let's just re-lobby.
Yep, if everyone's here, you can try and do that. Hi, Combine. Yeah, I mean, it's not like a real finale. But the idea was that, you know, we practiced for 2 weeks, introduce them to modded, show them the maps from a pool, and then have like a practice event where we pretend that there's a tournament going on. This is what a tournament would feel like. You would play these maps in order.
I've actually clicked accept broken connection.
You have 3 hours.
It might also be the Tuesday again.
Oh,
no. It's just part of the series.
I loaded in. I am in fact here now.
Okay.
Alright, for our last attempt, I'm going Foot Knight. If you're on ammo pouches, I'm on Blunderbuss.
Hey, Janoti. So they started very strong. They completed the pit on their first try, which was a map that was giving them a lot of trouble in the practices. But they were not able to complete Empire in Flames. The first trigger area gave them a lot of trouble on top of some unlucky RNG. And so now they're on Festering Ground, which is also a kind of rough map. And unfortunately, they died late into the map, so they lost a lot of time on that. So they're going into their 3rd attempt on Festering Ground, which is their last attempt on this map as well.
Fire up. Beast load, bombs, and
Empire, I don't know, like, it's just a positioning of the triggers and how many Chaos Warriors it sends at you. A lot of stuff can go wrong. And Festering Ground too. I think it's similar between Empire and Festering Ground. There's a lot of areas where it's tight corridors, and when you lose that mobility, the space to move around, it can get real scary.
I'm back.
All right.
End event on Empire
everybody?
is rough.
No.
They're going, from what I know, they're trying their last attempt on Festering.
Tell me, Kruber, have you considered
Oop.
striving
Null's still muted.
There we go. Fixed it.
I believe you have the fortitude for that path. As a captain, I can sign you up with a minimum of procedure and paperwork.
You've seen the twin-tailed comets back, Bardi? I have.
Once we load the map, I'll turn the timer back on.
World's already gone
Okay.
mad.
What about Null?
Yeah, he's here. He wouldn't accept it yet. Well, let's find out.
Null's in the map. I think he's muted
Is he?
though.
Oh.
Yep, he's muted. So.
Okay.
Oh, thanks for the follow, Unga Bunga.
Okay.
Get
Okay,
it.
we're going in. I'm gonna start the timer for them.
Let me make sure my talent's going over. Hold on. Crap,
Mhm.
bear, spider, rocket rag, hero time. Do I want them to paint or battering ram?
You probably want, instead of Rock the Reichland, you probably want the damage reduction talent.
Comrades in arms?
Yeah.
You think so?
My opinion, but not to say Rock of the
No.
Reichland is bad, but
No,
no,
I'll
sorry,
take-
not Comrades in Arms. Sorry, the other one, the one that's for each person near you, 5%, I think,
Oh,
for everyone.
Really? Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Sure.
It just spreads damage reduction to everyone on the team.
Oh, it gives it to
Um,
everybody? Oh shit. Yeah, no, never mind. Thought it was just me. No, I'd love to give the whole team damage reduction.
Yep.
Right. And
So I'm gonna start the timer again.
You're still on ammo, big ammo pouches, right, Sean?
yes, I am.
Okay. Good, I brought a shotgun.
And you guys have about an hour left, just as a heads up.
Well, there's this and one more map, so...
Yep. Yeah, I can
I'm gonna
understand.
try not to get overheaded so that it doesn't cost us.
That's important.
I can understand people going with the aura size block cost reduction because especially when you're going into like cataclysm difficulty, the big piece of
Okay,
advice
well,
that I
it's
hear
null
everyone
still
say
keeps it off on my
is
screen.
stack block
So
cost
it's,
reduction.
Chase, man.
Like
It's
block
always
cost reduction
null.
is overpowered. You want block cost reduction.
Oh,
I'm gonna deafen them. So I understand thinking, oh, more block cost reduction, like that's what you want. And it's definitely not a bad talent, but the straight up damage reduction that you get from his aura just is very strong as well. So this is the first time the Beastmen have shown up. Nobody likes Beastmen, at least not in the modded realm. You just get way too many archers and the charges from the Beastmen. Yeah, like you said, Combine. It's good that this is the first time they've seen these Beastmen, but, you know, I think they would have been just as happy to not see them at all. Beastmen can cause a lot of chaos for the team between the charges and the banners that someone has to go find, and the 40 archers that seem to be around every corner. Beastmen are rough.
Leech! I hear it. Not bad, Dave, I thought you'd miss.
This is just Kata 1, so with the Captain series, these are all people that are new to the modded. I guess there is a Kata 3 section for the Captain series for people who are moving from Kata 1 to Kata 3, but for the team that I was given, this is their first time in modded. Nope, Combine, it's just Kata 1. This is like their first couple of forays into modded realm difficulties, so this is a rough ambush. They're not in a good position for this, but you know what? Foot Knight says he doesn't care. He makes space. that hook is going to be dangerous. I don't know if they dodged that or just killed it, but that was pretty good dealing with that hook. Yeah, Catawan is definitely difficult if it's your first time heading into modded. Getting used to guaranteed triggers and the horde timings and the correct positionings, it's all stuff you have to learn before you move into Cata 3. So they handle that pretty well. They're still pretty full health. They want more items going into this first trigger. Ooh, that running attack. Oh, and there was a little bit of awkwardness there. Yeah. They cannot hear me talking right now. Because this is more of a learning focused event, if they called me in, I would walk in there and give them some advice. But for right now, they cannot hear me. Yep, so Foot Knight is doing Foot Knight things, creating space for his team. There was a lot of elites that got pulled in there, along with what's mixed with the horde. So it's nice that they have this Foot Knight to create the space that they need. And so they're kind of figuring out that this corner is a spot that they can hold here. Foot Knight needs to get his ult for his team. Yep, there we go. That'll do it. And the dwarf should be killing these storm vermin. Yeah, that's an okay bomb. Yeah. So they did lose a lot of space to this horde. They just had to backtrack really far. But on a brighter note, they killed a lot of elites that were ambient. So when they do end up pushing forward, there's not going to be a lot of resistance to them moving forward.
Whose clever idea was it to come out in this long? Honorable.
Yeah, so because this isn't a real tournament, this is kind of a mock tournament. If I wanted to give advice or if they wanted advice from me, it would totally be fine. We're focusing on the learning aspect of this. And so the most important thing here is that they learn. This is extremely thick. That is a lot of elites that they're going to have to deal with here, and they use their firebomb already. This is a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, get some temp HP going. Oh, that's rough. The elf got knocked over here. Oh, I don't even know what hit Kruber there. They're just now cleaning this stuff up, but they still have 2 Chaos Warriors alive, and they lost their Witch Hunter captain. That's a good rescue by the Foot Knight, but the dwarf, yeah, he just happens to be surrounded. Another hook coming in. Oh, that dodge. That was an extremely good dodge right there. I almost told my team to forget the S key existed if they were frontliners. So, because that's a common mistake people new to the modded realm have, is they kind of get scared when there's a lot of stuff in front of them, and they just dodge backwards a lot. And when they dodge backwards a lot, that baits out a bunch of running attacks and also collapses the space that the backliner has to hit high priority targets. And then it also causes you to lose a lot of your forward space in the map. So there's a lot of things that go wrong when you dodge backwards as a frontliner. Elf is gone. He tried to save her but couldn't quite, and now he's got to save him. He was a little late on the shotgun. So now it's on the Foot Knight to clutch, and as far as I know, they have not hit their trigger yet. They've handled this bad RNG pretty well, actually. That was a very thick area of elites, and they were able to clear it out. There's a lot still here also, but we'll see how they're able to deal with it. I would keep this storm alive. He's going to kill this storm. I would have kept that storm alive. It would have cleared a lot of stuff. If you don't know, the storm does damage to the rats as well as you. So if you're not being pulled into stuff like Blightstormers, you can actually keep them alive on purpose and cause a lot of damage to, like all of this stuff could have been caught in the storm and being taken out. It can cause issues for sure, but when you're down to 2 people and there's this much stuff, a Blightstormer could actually be a good thing. I'm not sure what the exact amount of damage is, but it's enough that stuff dies.
But isn't there like a thing where it's like if you've won 2 maps, then you automatically have to go to the next tier when it comes to like the next tournament?
That used to be a rule. That used to be a rule. I don't remember. Havoc. Is that still the case? Is it 2 wins on maps and you go up to the next tier? Or 2 maps completed, I guess. I'm not sure if Havoc's still in the chat.
Alright, so I'm taking Foot Knight. North to a Witch.
Okay, yep, so you guys are going into Righteous Stand, and you have 59 minutes left.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to start as fast as possible.
You guys on the characters you talked about? Everything good to go?
Should be.
Okay, so we'll head into Righteous Stand. The last map, and I'll see you guys on the other side.
Sounds good.
Ring out them bells, as me mother used to say. The bells in question are in Elmgart's temple.
So this is the last map. They failed 3 times on Festering Ground, so they're going to move on to the next map rather than fail some more. If it was a normal tournament, you only get 3 failures. Since this is a learning event, if they wanted to, they could decide to continue trying attempts. But they are still trying to fit to the 3-hour time limit that a normal event would have as well. And also the 3 losses, they're trying to stick to that as well. So because they lost 3 times, next map and the final map is Righteous Stand. This is an extremely fast horde timer. They dropped and instantly got a horde, which is a little unlucky. But they were able to push through. Let's see, there's these last 2 storm vermin that are blocking them, and they're getting through. So they made it to their hold spot. This is the general hold spot for the first trigger on Righteous Stand. And between Foot Knight and Trollhammer, even though they got that unlucky ambush on the drop down, they made it work. So they're at their hold spot. Okay, so thanks, Combine. It looks like it's still a rule for if you complete 2 maps, the next tournament you go to, you're forced to move up a tier. So these guys are on Kata 1's Deathwish Onslaught. So the next tier would be Kata 3. Yes, this is Kata 1, Baron. Why Foot Knight? They chose Foot Knight because it gives a lot of space. He's a really solid frontliner that gives damage reduction to the whole team, and his ult is up very often. It just creates a ton of space for the back line. And he's also got good mobility, specifically for a Righteous Stand. Yep, good team synergy and good space, yeah. So the Righteous Stand events, both of the events in Righteous Stand have to... You're forced to kite a lot of enemies for a long time, and if people can very easily get caught out of position and surrounded, and Foot Knight is high mobility, so he can kite pretty quickly, but also on top of that, he's very good at rescuing teammates that get caught off guard. So that's why they chose Foot Knight for this event, or for this map, because of the events requiring so much kiting. There's the Skaven patrol. Let's see if they heard that. I think they know the patrol is there. They should, that gas rat's got to be dealt with. I don't know if they know those gases are there. Yeah. Yep, they've spotted them now. They got him. Okay, so they got some space to work with. There's another gas rat though. Okay, they took him down. And a fire rat. It's dead. Okay. So I didn't see where that Skaven patrol went. I think it's off in the distance somewhere. I don't hear it marching. Oh, I hear it marching. Okay, it's back. It's jumping over the drop down right now. Yeah, that's it. So they should be fine here as long as a stray bullet doesn't go over and hit the patrol. I don't think they're at any real risk of pulling it. Yeah, Merc is still a very strong class, the temp HP, and still good at rescuing teammates. But between the damage reduction and just straight up being able to reposition to anywhere, Foot Knight gives a lot more space. So you can see here the Foot Knight kind of ran in front of his team and just made sure to enter the building, like where the wizard is now. By stepping foot in this building, pacing is turned off for the map. So like event pacing has started, which means they won't get any more hordes if the coding works correctly. Sometimes you still get them, but you're supposed to not get any more hordes now and only get specials spawning in. So if they stayed in this courtyard down here on the right, the pacing would still be on and there'd still be a chance for them to get hordes. But because they forced themselves into this building, the event pacing is on, which means normal pacing is turned off and there's no more hordes until they're done with the event. So now they're pretty safe to just slowly kill everything in this arena. It's just specials that they have to worry about on top of the ambients that are here. And they're doing a pretty good job dealing with all of these ambients. That was a lot of maulers. That was a triple leech wave. That was a lot of maulers, and they cleared through it pretty good. So they're just gonna take their time, clear out the rest of these ambients. The corner, the Chaos Warrior in the corner. I don't know, Combine. Grill Knight is very strong, but Tourney Rebalance Foot Knight. Tourney Rebalance Foot Knight is extremely powerful. I think he gives Grill Knight a run for his money. They do different things. Oh, I mean, they're both frontliners, but like it's killing power versus it's like survivability. But I'm not sad to ever have a Foot Knight on my team. Or Tourney Rebalance Foot Knight. So now they're going to have to decide how they want to handle this event. There's a couple ways of doing it. But you're going to end up kiting at some point, but it's whether or not they want to start the map kiting or if they want to start by holding their position until the monster spawns in. Some teams will pick a corner and hold it until the monster spawns, and then they will start the kiting, and other teams will just start kiting right off the bat. The way they're positioning themselves, it looks like they're setting up to just start kiting right off the bat, and that's what they're gonna do. So they're gonna kill a little bit of stuff around the time that enemies start falling behind, and that's what this Foot Knight is doing right now. He's kind of keeping an eye out for his teammates to let them know when they need to start kiting. Enemies are falling, you're going to see them immediately pull back, and now they're going to start kiting. biggest things in this map, or for this event, you don't want to get surrounded. So they're going to try and keep everything on one side of themselves, and they're going to try really hard not to let anyone get caught. The other thing is random disabler specials. So a hook riot in that really thick horde, or an assassin jumping from the other side of the map, those are going to cause issues. People can very easily get picked off from stuff like that. So here's the monster and the second wave of the event. The second wave of the event can be a big issue for teams because stuff is starting to spawn not in front of you anymore. And there's a hook on someone. The Foot Knight is not in position to save that from that hook. Yeah, and now he's put himself in double storm and gas. He probably should have let the Ironbreaker get grabbed there. It looks like the Ironbreaker's ground rule saved him. That's really lucky. And the Foot Knight is tanky enough that he survived as well. They might be able to go in and get that wizard with an ult. But, or sorry, it's not the wizard, it's the Assault Spire. So, things kind of went badly. It looks like the dwarf is just going to get surrounded. Yeah, so they're down to 2 people, and neither of these people are good damage. The Trollhammer was their ace in the hole for this event on that Ironbreaker, and him getting hooked with the Foot Knight not near enough to immediately save him is going to mean there's a lot of issues here. Foot Knight got grabbed by the Chaos Spawn, and he's knocked, and so that leaves the Battle Wizard by himself. Yep, with that assassin. That was rough. The hook on the Ironbreaker was badly timed. If he gets hooked at any other point in this kite path, the Foot Knight is just there to rescue him. But they wanted to push forward, yeah. So the second wave started coming in when they were on the steps. And when the second wave comes in when you're on the steps, you have this risk of getting surrounded. And they know that. And so when that risk of getting surrounded started happening, they wanted to just push. They said, we want to get past these steps so we don't get surrounded. And they kind of just all pushed with this I need to survive mentality instead of let's make sure we all push together. And the Ironbreaker got separated and it fell apart from there. It was rough timing. Like they had it in their heads like a kind of correct thing in that they didn't want to get surrounded with that second wave spawning in, which is correct. That's a big risk. But you can't let the positioning collapse so much that, you know, people are left abandoned like that. Especially when you have things like a Foot Knight and a Trollhammer. If you do get surrounded from those second waves, you have the tools to fight your way out. Thanks for the follow. So I think they put a little too much focus on the let's not get surrounded, which it's understandable. You don't want to get surrounded, but they do have the tools to deal with it. And so hindsight's 20/20. They should have focused more on keeping the dwarf alive. This is an extremely early monster spawn. That is unlucky. You don't see this monster spawn very often, and I'm not sure that they know how to deal with this. And it's going to be tough. This is going to be a rough monster spawn for them, unless it's stuck. So what can happen occasionally is the monsters get stuck in the market up ahead whenever they spawn in this early, and that might be what happened. That's going to actually work out well for them if that's the case. Yeah, it looks like the monster is stuck. So right now the monster is up ahead in that the fountain courtyard, just under like one of the market stalls, kind of waiting for them. Yeah. it's working out well for them. So they know right away they have a monster, and I don't know if they know where it is. They might not have run into this issue before. I'm actually gonna listen to them and see what they have to say about this this trigger. See if they know what's going on.
Roger.
Healing. All right.
You're gonna have to kill that.
We got a
incendiary here.
So
Other health spot
Dwarf
here.
is gonna run into. Oh, sorry, I'm not muted for you guys. There. Dwarf is gonna
Yeah,
run
spawn.
into the boss there. Yeah.
What the fuck?
There's the spawn.
Bomb.
Alright, we're
Is that
good.
a
Missed my
I thought
bomb.
that was your roger as well.
Watch out, Salt. Go left. Go left.
Oh, he
Oh.
missed the troll hammer shot. That's rough. He needs every one of these troll hammer shots to connect.
Just hook right in there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm almost out of ammo on the troll.
I don't know how much life this chaos spawn has left.
Bring it
but
down,
they're
bring it
trying
down, bring it down.
Really hard to bring this down. They got
Nice.
it. Ooh, that was clutch timing there. They made it work. That was close. The horde was just starting to collapse in on them. Yeah, I wasn't saying that he wanted all those
on the
shots
right.
to hit like as for fear of ammo, but because they knew the horde was coming, and the troll hammer is like all of their monster
Oh, there's
DPS.
elf? Oh.
They don't have a grail knight; they're on foot knight. It's like witch hunter troll hammer.
Good
Cool,
stuff,
cool.
everybody. If we find ammo, it's naturally mine.
All right. There is a high chance of ammo
What's the blade
spawning
sorcerer?
up here, but yeah,
I got that. I'm gonna get the.
Sure.
Yeah.
they handled that pretty well. So
If we don't find...
there's an ammo box. That's like happy birthday to this Iron Breaker here. Knowing this ammo box is here. What, is he stuck? What's going on? Pause, pause, pause.
He left out.
You guys
Now,
seem to
before
have
you-
lost a dwarf.
Yeah. So before you join back in Deceptive, let me know. That way I have to unpause it because it'll freeze
Yeah,
otherwise.
I'm about to join back in.
yes, sir.
What do you know?
Alright, I unpaused it.
Nice. Here I come.
So there's a little bit of a lag out, it looks like, and the way the pause mod mercs, misspeaking. The way the pause mod works is you can't have someone joining the game while the game is paused. It causes issues, so they have to unpause before he rejoins and kind of play with 3 people while he loads in. Just an unfortunate way that the pause mod works combined with someone dropping. But he's back in. He's just got to get to his team, and that Chaos Warrior is... oh, he didn't get the ammo? Where's he going? Oh, he's just not going to try and make the ladder. That's probably smart. He doesn't want to have to try and climb that ladder with all the enemies. He's choosing to try and instead kite it out. If he goes, he should have enough space to make it up here. Yeah. Okay. I am almost certain that Blightstormers do damage to friendlies. I don't think it has to do with, like, it throwing them somewhere they can't stand. I'm pretty sure it's damage. And you can see, because the Ironbreaker knows he has this ammo box, he's basically turned himself into a backliner instead of a frontliner, and he's just shooting as much as he can. I'm not aware of like a collection. I know Fight the Tide streamed for a little bit, probably for Akshi's team's runs. I don't know if they're going to... Oh, does Cheese say there's no direct damage from storms? That would surprise me.
Over there, backstabbers. Another dead gutter runner.
Good lads.
I'll have to talk with Cheese about that. That's a very interesting place. Saltspire got thrown up. That was funny. Don't think I've seen someone up here before. They're looking fairly healthy for this event. They got a purple potion, no bombs. That purple is going to be nice on the Foot Knight, though. I would almost... Foot Knight or Ironbreaker, it's hard to choose who you want the purple on.
So much for that assassin. Chaos warrior, he's a gross one.
But just like before, the pacing is off, so they will not get any more hordes until this event is done. It's just special event pacing, so specials are still on. But they're pretty much free to clear out this area of all these enemies. Just the specials that they have to deal with while they do it, which won't be too much of an issue with the Bolt Staff. They could even take a second to try and look around for items if they wanted, but it looks like they know they're running low on time. They got about 40 minutes, it looks like.
I'm losing blood.
I bet you wish you were at the Jade College now. Stronger than you say. Over here.
Foot Knight's doing his thing. He's creating space. There's a purple pot. I think that purple pot was used a little early. This is the first set of wave without a monster. The alt shouldn't be, and you can see he's not even using his alt all that much. He just used it one extra time there. Really, it could have been saved for when there's a lot more stuff going on, like right now. Ooh, he didn't want to do that full charge. That's rough. And Battle Wizard is going for the rescue. Yeah. He's just dead. He should have canceled his charge right there. Yep, and they're just getting picked off one by one now. That was a good dodge. So he's going to have to probably dodge this hook one more time unless the... no, that's rough. So I think that was a combination of using their consumables too early. The first wave is the easiest of the waves. There's not enough. The monster's not spawned in yet. You're not a chance of getting surrounded. You know where everything is. So something like the purple potion or any bombs that they find, they really need to be saving for the later waves when there's more going on. And then on top of that, they're overcommitting to rescues. So the Foot Knight kind of charged, and I either decided not to or forgot to cancel his charge, which put him super far out of position. And mistakes like that happen, and when they do happen, on an event like Righteous Stand, you cannot try and rescue your teammates. You have to just let them go. Mistakes happen. It sucks. The person's dead. You got a kite with 3 people now. You cannot send another person to try and rescue because you're going to die and you're going to be down to 2 people, and it just falls apart from there. So using consumables too early and overcommitting to rescuing teammates are the issues that are happening here. That's a nice purple potion. That's good. Let's see, is there anything over there? No. I really enjoy Righteous Stand on Onslaught because of these events. It's like not many maps. There's maybe a couple others, but not many maps focus so hard on the team play aspect. The events really require everyone on the team to be on the same page. And if anyone isn't kiting at the same speed as other people, they get left behind. And it just requires so much synergy between the team that I feel like it's a very rewarding map when you do it well. Ooh, it's a patrol. That's an early patrol. Do they hear it? They pulled a patrol. This purple potion has to go on the Iron Breaker. They're gonna potentially be able to kill this with double Firebomb Trollhammer Torpedo. Purple potion on the Foot Knight is pretty good. How much ammo does Trollhammer have? He's got 2 more shots left. Yeah, they had enough consumables dropped for them early on, combined with a Trollhammer, that they were able to just delete that patrol. That was a combination of good luck from drops and good play. They made it work. With one person getting knocked is, it's kind of sad, but pulling a patrol on Onslaught is not something you want to do. They're much larger than an official realm, and coming out with just one person knocked is pretty good. And it looks like the dwarf found ammo somewhere, so he's even coming out with full ammo as well. They would have been nice to have those. It would have been nice to have those consumables for the event, but does Onslaught not increase the size of patrols? I thought it increased the sizes of patrols. We're all learning something here today. I'm the real captain. Well, you still haven't shown me proof of it. You just said, I don't think. But I'm willing to believe you, Combine. I'm not sure if that Ironbreaker ult was necessary. It's just a bunch of small enemies here. He's also just holding block. When you ult as an Ironbreaker, you've got a ton of damage reduction, especially with a Foot Knight as well. He should be attacking during his ult to get his ult back quicker for his team. And if he takes hits during his ult with a Foot Knight aura with damage reduction, it's going to be like 5 damage hits. He doesn't even care that he's getting hit. I mean, you can spam IB ult, but I don't know. If it's just a horde of like small guys, I feel like the horde is going to be dead before you can get half your ult back. I'd rather save it for something else. Yeah, exactly. Yep. It's true. So I think he was checking for maybe any heals that were left behind. They're pretty solidly dealing with this first trigger and getting to the event. It's just fighting through this event. It requires so much coordination. It's difficult to get through. This is a very hard event. It's kind of funny though, like once you figure it out as a team, you go through it and it's almost like you say, oh, that's it? Like, that was so easy, but you have to play it, 20 times before you get to that point, just to get the timing and the feel for the event down. So they're gonna wait till there's no specials around that they don't like, which probably means they're gonna kill this leech, and then they're gonna start the event right away here. Yep, there it goes.
They think we're trapped in here. They're the ones trapped, not us. Stop showing off. You'll never be as good as us,
So here they go. They're gonna start their kite. And they're getting a little separated. You can see the Salt Spire is attacking a little too much, and that storm is going to cut him in half right here. Yeah. Oh my goodness. The Salt Spire he's just cut off, and they need to not try and save the Salt Spire. He stayed too long attacking. He needed to kite with his team. You're just getting a little too greedy with those first couple hits in. Now, because the gate isn't down for the event, okay, no, the first one, he's got his ammo access to him. So they still have plenty of damage with the Troll Hammer. They're spending too much time here. The Foot Knight's on his own. Yep, and he can get out. He's a Foot Knight. Ooh, that was a good shot on that assassin. So they need to just keep kiting, and let this Troll Hammer do its thing. Yep. And so they got their teammates up at the stairs. On the next circle around, they will be able to pick him up. They just need to survive this kite here. Just keep going. The event is technically over now, which means if anyone dies at this point, they're going to respawn at the top of the elevator instead of where this person is now. So there's one assassin on the field that spawned in. Get away from that leech. Gonna get Salt Spire up, gonna grab the ammo. Okay, this is looking really good for them. They got full ammo on their Ironbreaker Troll Hammer Torpedo. All 4 people are up. It looks like the event is pretty much over. There's no more spawns coming in. They can just clear out the last couple things, pick off the specials, and Troll Hammer this troll down. This one went a lot smoother. People did get caught off guard, but it was the Salt Spire at the very start, and they decided to just leave him, which is exactly what you're supposed to do, unfortunately. And then the Foot Knight also got kind of caught off guard on the steps here, but he's a Foot Knight, and he can make his own way, and they made it work. I'm not sure. He should still be trying to go for headshots. But also, yes, there's an ammo box right there, so it's not the end of the world if it doesn't work. Okay, so there's the monster, and that's pretty much the event. Now they just need to get through the wave that spawned in the meantime, and they're taking the elevator up. I think it's more about ammo sustain rather than damage combine, but They did not clear Festering Ground, unfortunately. They made it past 2 triggers, and I forget where they died. They overcommitted trying to resurrect someone, and a horde spawned in, and they got sandwiched between a horde and ambience that weren't cleared yet, and died there. It was a little unfortunate, yeah. If they had just played a little bit more conservatively and cleared the horde before pushing for the res, it probably would have been a very smooth run after that. But it happens, you know. So it's only Onslaught Plus that changes the patrol sizes, Combine? Interesting. Well, there you go. These hallways here are very bad to get stuck in. If a horde spawns, it's best that they just retreat all the way back. Ooh, I think that was an assassin that pulled that Ironbreaker that far. He's going to get leeched. Yep, he didn't dodge. But Foot Knight to the rescue. So... yeah, they heard this horde come in, but kind of got caught off guard, and they're going to pull all the way back here. You don't want to fight the horde in those hallways. Yeah, that gutter runner pounced someone else and just launched the Ironbreaker like 20 feet forward.
To warm my cockles, is it?
Oh, that's rough. That overhead. Yeah, Wizard's got to stand just a little bit further back from the door. There's a hook coming. He's going to bait it out. Hopefully he's got his ground roll up. Nice. So that should be the last of the waves there. So they're going to push hard to try and get to the stairs at the other end of these halls. And that is an unfortunate monster spawn. This is probably the worst monster you can have on Righteous Stand. It's just incredibly difficult to deal with it in these tight hallways. They're going to pull it all the way back to the elevator, which I don't blame them. So what they really have to be careful about is they want to find time to kill this. When you have a horde at the same time as this monster, which is going to happen here, it's going to cause issues in this tight area. Ideally, if the monster is still alive, they want one person to just pull it in the very back of this room. Away from everyone else, and everyone else deal with the horde. They're not doing that though. Okay, they were able to kill it. You can, so Combine, another thing you can do is the stairs. If you have one person grab the spawn's aggro, you can like kite it up and down the stairs, forcing it to climb and drop a bunch. But with a horde coming at the same time, you can start to like get cut off by the horde. So it's not ideal. I think the best choice is to fall back to this room and have one person kind of pull it to the back of the room and dance around with it while the other three deal with the horde. And then you go back to killing it. They dealt with it. That's a really rough trigger, and it was a chaos spawn on top of any of the other bosses it could have been. A chaos spawn is very rough to deal with in these tight corridors. So they're moving on forward. They're going to be trying to find ammo for their Ironbreaker. This Trollhammer torpedo, look at that. Just gotta speak its name out loud and it'll appear. So there's the ammo box. Would have been nice to know about, but he spent all his ammo anyway on the boss. And they're moving forward. Nobody's wounded. Only the Ironbreaker is really low on health, and he's the tankiest of the bunch, and they're full on ammo. So, and the ammo box is just right over there. So yeah, this Trollhammer can continue to just lob grenades, just on reload, and it's just gonna clear the way for them. So he should be turning around to deal with the horde from behind now. Oh, it looks like it's up front. Swolmar on the Foot Knight is getting a little low on temp HP. So it might be smart for them to actually leave one of these waves alive for him to get some temp. It looks like they cleared all three out though. So they're going to have to move forward with low HP. There's one downside to finding an ammo box on the Trollhammer Torpedo. You kill the wave, which is a good thing, but also you kill the wave, which means there's no temp HP regeneration on anyone else on the team. There's a strength potion that's really nice on a Trollhammer. Yeah, he's even going to drop his purple for it. If you get a strength potion on a Trollhammer Torpedo, you can kill just about everything. Yes. I understand getting excited though. You've got a Trollhammer in your hands and an ammo box nearby. You just want to use that thing. Oh, this is falling apart. Yeah, the bolt in the back of the Salt Spire combined with the specials and the Zerkers finishing off the IB early on there, causing the knock. They were forced to kind of, when the IB got killed by the Berserkers, they kind of had to stop to res him, which put them in a bad position on the stairs that they had to fight for a little bit. And that caused the specials to get some grabs and the bolt to not have a lot of space. And when the bolt doesn't have a lot of space and he's trying to kill the specials, sometimes teammates get hit in the back of the head. But again, they're making it work though. They're chugging along. It's low health for the Sienna and a wounded Saltspire. The wounded Saltspire still has about 100 HP though, so he's doing okay on health. It's just trying to get rid of that wound and trying to get some HP on the Sienna here. There's a health potion. So we're going to see, do they decide to give it to the Sienna or pass it to the wounded Saltspire? They gave it to Saltspire. So he's going to want to drink once he's got some free space here. And there he goes. And what did he find over here? Just some ammo. He took the ammo from the Ironbreaker. Here's a horde coming in. They're going to want to find a position to fight this. It's okay. Yeah, if they go over to where the Foot Knight is, that's a good spot to hold. You got to make sure that everyone gets there, though. Hopefully this Battle Wizard can find a way up those steps. What'd she get knocked to? A small guy here. So they got to... Yeah. This is... Let's see if they can get this rescue. Okay. What did the loot rat get them? I'm curious. Looks like one heal. The Ironbreaker wants to pass that heal to either the Wizard or the Saltspire. He's not passing the heal. This is a very light horde right now. It'd be a perfect time to do it. There we go. He gave it to the Wizard. I feel like the Battle Wizard thought she was fine because she had her ult up and took an unexpected hit that kind of caused things to go south from there. I think she felt safe where she was. 2 shots on the Ironbreaker, but they found an ammo pack over there by the tome, so they might, yeah, just start using these last couple shots on the Trollhammer to clear some of these ambients, and he's gonna run back and grab that ammo. I guess there is a leech teleporting around that he's gotta... I do not agree with this. Yeah, he's gonna... Even if he kills both these Blightstormers, he should be closer to his team. The Blightstormers weren't causing any trouble down there. They weren't hurting anybody, and he's been away from his team for a long time. The Foot Knight is, it looks like he's dealing with ambience coming up from up front, and that's fine. They've got 3 people on these back stairs. If they need help, I'm sure they'll call for the Foot Knight. Yep, and they're using the Rapier Pistol to pull the ambient. Oop, I don't know what happened there. To pull the ambience from the cannon event while everyone else deals with the Horde. So just trying to make use of the time that they have. The Horde isn't too difficult. They can do it with 3 people, so a 4th person might as well be clearing ambience ahead. Nice little trick with the Battle Wizard. You can just teleport over the ledge to hit the cannon right away. Expends an ult, and you're away from your team, but it was just a handful of small guys that were there, and the ult shouldn't be too necessary anytime soon. So there, the cannon is fired, and that's the cannon event. They got a Horde coming in, and we're going to see what they decide to do here. The Horde is up front, so they're oh, I would not have pushed forward as hard as the Salt Spire did. Now he's alone, and the other team is forced to follow him in. They could have just killed the Horde as they climbed, where the Battle Wizard is now, and now they're kind of just having to fight in everything. And this Hook Rat... Okay, Salt Spire is kind of lucky the Hook Rat didn't go for him. Again, they made it work. Ideally, I think they let that Horde try and climb up to them, and they kill them while they climb. But they're making it work. Yeah, I agree, Combine. Ooh, I hear a patrol. Do they hear it? Yeah, they've marked it. They know that patrol's there. So good news is they have a Trollhammer torpedo, and there's a guaranteed ammo box ahead. So if for whatever reason this patrol does get pulled, which it doesn't look like it's going to, if this patrol does get pulled, it's coming back around. Foot Knight doesn't know it's above him. Ooh, Foot Knight. Yeah. They're kind of playing awkward around this patrol. I think they want to just pull these ambients and fight the Horde actually back near where they dropped down, so they don't have to worry about this. They've cleared ambience, which is progress, even if they haven't made physical progress on the map. They've cleared ambience. Oh, it looks like there's some lag going on. So it's okay if they fall back here. They need to get a pause in. Yeah, I've lost contact with the host. I'm gonna jump in and talk to him. Everything okay?
Crashed.
Oh, it crashed. Okay.
Yeah. He
was getting some lag too.
So who are we joining back? That I don't know.
We're still in the middle of a game.
If you guys are still playing and you've got it paused, you can, yeah, just try and recoup from where you're at.
There's an attempt there, but we're down our backliner. Why disconnect? Say when you're reconnecting.
I will.
So, I have a speed pot. You have a health pot.
You're gonna have to charge right in front of me. I'll trade you while you're charging. I'll pass you the health pot and reload my troll hammer, and we can probably get out of this.
Okay.
Sound good? And we should probably use that charge to get the fuck out of here.
About to say, I can just charge and clear the doors and we can slip in the doorway.
Yeah, we're gonna just slip out.
You guys got this.
It's not looking great, but...
hold here, because this is where your wizard's going to rejoin you.
No, he'll be outside a little bit further.
I think you try and focus on surviving.
Shit. Get ready, get ready. 3.
Yeah, I'm ready.
2.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm gonna
make it out.
rejoin.
I'm in.
Yeah. So I wanted to rejoin after everyone else did because I didn't want to take up one of their slots. So hopefully I waited long enough. I'm not sure exactly how that works with like BTMP and stuff. And the suicide mod. Hopefully they're able to clutch it up though. Actually, I'm gonna listen in a little bit. Oh no, they're not talking.
Drink it yourself.
Okay, there they go.
Okay, front for me.
Yeah, I didn't want to risk it just in case combine. So, oh, we're just gonna do this.
Careful with shouts
They're
right now.
all alive. Okay.
Oh, he's
You're
back in.
legitimately right above you. I'm right here.
Ooh,
oh no.
That sucks.
What's happening? What?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got him.
I think we should try and do with that patrol.
They're going back. They're going back. They're going back out.
Yeah,
They're going back.
alright, let's go inside again.
Yep. So I think they're making the correct choice. It kind of sucks that
Alright,
they
go
have
on
to
the
fight a
waterfall.
horde here as 3 people. But
shit.
it's what you have to do. They don't want to risk pulling that patrol. Yeah, and they
Front
did
is
a
up
good
front.
job. They did a good job recovering with that unlucky disconnect on everyone.
Oh, good. Kill.
Hook's dead.
Troll hammer has 2 shots
need help
left.
there.
There is a
Flamethrower?
guaranteed ammo on the troll hammer, or for the troll hammer, but it's on the other end of this.
Sounds like a
We're rattling around.
battlements,
I'm reloading
so-
my troll hammer. Drop is dropping.
The timing on this
Rattler in there as
patrol.
well.
I'm going to definitely.
Got the rattler.
The timing on this patrol actually looks like it's going to work out really well for them. This is the last wave of the horde, and the patrol should just now be like climbing next to them. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Never mind. This is still good. Like, the patrol is going to walk to the left, and they'll be able to make it to their friend, even if the horde is just now spawning in when they get to him. He wanted the wizard, and he wanted him bad. Oh, there's a heal over there. They're not going to risk it, though. Yeah, just get your teammate up and get away from this patrol. Even the wizard jumped for ammo. Oh, that gunner. He was waiting. Okay, they got their teammate up. They're back to 4 people. And that is all 3 triggers behind them. It is just them and the map left. What does stink a little bit is they can't really reliably retreat to the ammo box because the patrol could still cause issues with that. So they're going to push forward. They just don't want to be near that patrol. And they're going to hope that there's some drops just to the left here. And look at that. There's an ammo box for them. This has been Ironbreaker's day. It looks like there's a little bit of a hiccup again with the connection. Hopefully someone doesn't drop again. They're probably just going to hold this corner with the ammo box. People are pretty good on HP other than the dwarf himself. And I guess the wizard. Ooh, Deceptive is gone. Did he get pushed off? Yeah, I think a monk launched him off the map. So if he had flight mod on, which he may have had on, or it could just be monk physics, I think monk charge pushed him off the corner, off the map there, which is super unlucky. Just hugging the back edge a little too much. You think that was fly mod? Yeah, I tried to remind him to turn it off, but he may have forgot. So they're gonna try and make it work with 3 people. It looks like Deceptive disconnected, but he's dead, so he wouldn't have been able to help anyway. He's got a charge on Foot Knight. Yep, make some space. You guys gotta regroup though. They're split up. They're 1 and 1 and 1, which is about as bad as you can be. They need to pick a spot and stick to it. So Saltspire and Foot Knight have regrouped. Okay, and Wizard's here. So this is actually an okay spot for the dwarf. Depending on how thick the ambients are here, it doesn't look too bad. They can get him up before the Mauler spawns. For those that don't know, a little added present for Onslaught. When you walk up to the doorway towards the end event, you get, I don't know how many it is. It's something like 20 Maulers spawn in and run at you. So getting the Ironbreaker up before those Maulers come through will be very good. A little bit of miscommunication. Saltspire went forward when everyone else went back. Hopefully Foot Knight can make some space for him. Oh, Kruber's dead. This is rough. Yep, that's really bad. I don't know how Wizard did... Okay, they're gonna get the Ironbreaker up. There must have been a crossbow shot that I didn't see. If they don't want to push any further forward because they're gonna get that Mauler spawn. Here come the Berserkers. Yeah, that feels bad, man. That hurts. That the dwarf being thrown off combined with like the disconnect. Yeah, he should have gone for the Ironbreaker, but I understand, heat of the moment. Let's see what they're talking about.
That was very
Oh,
unfortunate.
and my game crashed.
Yeah,
I just disconnected it.
Yep, that was unfortunate. I don't know if it was a monk or what it was that threw Ironbreaker off, but
it was a disconnection that threw me off.
oh, to me it looked like you fell off the cliff, but
on my screen, I've got a screenshot of me standing on the other side of the cliff with 0 health and my weapons out.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, we were having some connection issues.
Yeah, we really were.
I noticed. You guys, you did well despite the connection issues. I thought on the first disconnect, you guys weren't going to be able to get that going again, but you made it work, and you almost made it to the end event. Just more disconnection issues than general unlucky.
Dang. Well, now would be the time to learn from what our mistakes are, right?
Yeah, what'd you write down, Pesty?
Yeah, so I can go over a couple things. Let's see. A lot of you guys, and this comes just with more experience in modded. We focused a lot with Null on the Handmaiden, but it goes for everyone. You're blocking a lot but that will kind of fix itself the more comfortable you get on modded. So when you see a ton of enemies in front of you, it's kind of just instinct to put your block up and try and, you know, like dodge around because you don't want to get hit because there's a ton of stuff in front of you. But, you know, ideally you're just blocking less. The less time you're spent blocking, the more time you're attacking, which is more DPS you're putting out, which is killing more enemies, which means less enemies in front of you. But that's just something that will come with experience, is you know, less time holding the block button. A little bit with the troll hammer, you're running out of ammo a lot, which you're using it a lot, but just trying to get a little bit better with the aim, and that's more of just a practice thing rather than it's something you're doing wrong. It's just a little bit more practice.
Okay.
Specifically with the righteous stand.
I was missing a lot of headshot refunds.
Yeah, and that's just practice with the weapon. Specifically with righteous stand middle event, you guys seemed to figure it out on the third attempt, but for attempts 1 and 2, if someone gets cut off, they're dead. Leave them. You cannot spend resources trying to rescue them. The first 2 like middle events on righteous stand, someone would get cut off and someone would try and rescue them, and then 2 people would be dead instead of just 1. And specifically with that event, you have to just let someone die if they get cut off, unless it's like they're right there and you're right there with the Foot Knight ult, but even then it's risky. It's kind of like toss a Trollhammer torpedo shot their way and say good luck, because you can't stop the kite to save someone. And you guys you figured it out on the third attempt. Oh, that is my timer. Sorry, I thought I stopped that.
That's okay.
You figured it out on the third attempt, because I think it was Saltspire kind of got cut off right at the start. He spent a little bit too much time. You spent a little bit too much time attacking stuff, and the storm like split you guys almost 2 and 2, but I think one of you was able to just get past it.
I slipped out. It was me.
And Saltspire was kind of caught. But if you notice, when you let him die versus rather trying to rescue him, you still had a solid 3 people on the team that could still kite and kill with the troll hammer and get the res on the next time around. And then I think you guys might already know this, but I'll point it out. Like with the wipe on Festering Ground, you're focusing, I think, too hard on getting the reses. So I think it was Dwarf that was dead in the cave, and you guys tried to push really hard to res him, and you ended up getting sandwiched between ambient elites and a new horde spawning in. Whereas if you had a solid 3-person team, you know, you can deal with a horde with 3 people. You just kind of pull the elites, kill them, kill the horde with your 3 people, and then move in on the dwarf. Because you kind of pushed a little bit too hard to try and get that res, and I think Saltspire got separated by a storm, and then you just kind of got picked off from there after you got surrounded. So just focusing a little bit less on pushing hard for the reses and pushing comfortably for the reses. You know, a team of 3 people is still fairly strong. You can still deal enough damage to get through a horde and kill specials if your backliner's alive with 2 frontliners, and just kind of be safe going for the res rather than like a suicide push for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Another thing is, you guys, there were times where you were really good about this, and then times where it kind of fell apart, and that was not necessarily positioning as a team like where you're standing in the map, but positioning as a team like where you are in regards to each other. There were times where you had it perfect. You made like a perfect, like, it's almost a U shape that you want, where you put your frontliners in like a U and the backliner, and, you know, behind them with space. and you know, you make that wall for your backliner where there's nothing that's going to sneak around to the sides, and you've got everything up in your face, and your backliner's got space, but also because you have this U shape, there's nothing that's coming up behind like your other frontliners. Everyone's watching each other's back. And you had it really good in some spots, and then in other spots, you know, one person kind of left to go deal with something, or you just kind of got split up from elites or something, and all of a sudden you're split 2 and 2, or you're kind of still together, but there's just stuff all over the place, and you know, between each other, and it's just you know, trying to focus a little bit more on the positioning as each individual within the team, keeping that formation, I guess.
Yeah.
So those were the main things I wrote down. I'm sure if you rewatch the videos, I probably commented on random things here and there. I do, despite you guys, you know, failing the 3 maps at the end, I do think you guys played really well. The pit gave you guys a lot of trouble in practice, and you just one-shot that right off the start.
Yeah, that was the one that we kept failing.
Yep.
That was...
You got into a lot of rough situations on all of these maps, and there were a bunch of times where I thought you guys were dead, and you were able to make it work, and you surprised me a couple times with your correct decision making. So there were some situations that I didn't really discuss in depth with you or point out directly, and so when they came up in the different maps, a lot of the time you made the correct decision even without me having had mentioned it before. So like times when special boss like triggers were hit, you backed up to the correct rooms and stuff like that. Those were the big things. But yeah, overall, I think you guys did good. I don't think you should feel bad about these losses, because there was a lot of rough RNG between the disconnects and even just the amount of ambience and the monster triggers you guys got. The chaos spawn in those hallways right after the first event in Righteous Stand is always a rough monster, and you guys dealt with it really well. You guys had really bad RNG, and you made it work really well.
I almost feel like the 4th attempt would have gotten it on a lot of those maps too.
Yeah, I think that you're probably right. So you guys you're getting in the groove of each of the maps, like starting to get further and further on each attempt, and then you lose on the 3rd one, but it was the furthest you had made it before. And so yeah, the 4th one, you feel like you could get it.
Feels more doable each time. Well,
and you also have to remember, like,
I guess.
I was just gonna say, like Flemulus is saying in chat, you've only been playing modded for 2 weeks. Like, that's not a lot of time. There's people with 100 hours in modded that are still on Cata 1, trying to grind out the maps. So 2 weeks, a couple of days of practice here and there. You guys are doing really good.
There's we owe our cap. Let's hear it for our captain, everybody.
Let's hear for Captain.
Let's hear it for Captain. Yeah.
No Captain.
Yeah, Captain.
We owe our success to him and our failure to ignoring his advice.
No, you get paid in overheads. That's my advice.
Oh, I
learned.
took a lot up to the bank today. Let's just say that. At least once a map.
I made the deposit.
Yep. I hope you guys had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I hope you continue to play modded. It's really fun, and I'm sure there's another event in the works.
With less pressure on this current tournament, we gotta get those maps.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys, the event is technically over, but if you guys ever want to play modded just for fun, hit me up. You can try the maps again with me or just the 4 of you. Whatever you guys want to do. It's all fun now.
How's this? Is the stream still running?
Yep, the stream is still running.
How's this sound? We'd take a break for some meal, to walk around, use the washroom after 3 hours, all that stuff, and then.
I'm done for the night.
Oh, you're done. I was gonna say.
I'm done for the night.
It was an offer a few goobers wanted to grab a drink in a chat.
I can sit around. I can sit around and talk for a little bit, but I don't know that I'll. Like,
it sounds like everybody's a bit busy.
3 hours of competition is you feel.
We can do an after party later. We can do an after party.
There you go. We'll schedule an after party. How about that?
All right, sounds good. All right, I'm gonna go grab food. Good games, everyone. That was a ton of fun.
Yep, I'm glad you had fun, and I hope you guys learned some stuff, and I really do hope to see you guys in the next tournament series whenever it is.
Yep.
Hey, don't forget, Pesty still has to help one of us here get the Fortunes of War
That's
frame.
true.
Oh, that's right.
I don't have it.
Yeah,
exactly.
We did a run without you the other day.
He's got this cracked out strategy where he just kind of stands on top of a box and rapes all the specials before they even spawn.
Oh.
So, well, we can run Fortunes
it ingrained into his memory.
Yeah, I'm reading him off on a page beside me, and he knows it better by heart.
All right, y'all.
I'm gonna grab some food. Thank you for the games, everybody. Take care.
Yep. Thanks,
Have a
guys.
good one, you guys. Good job.
Thanks,
today.
chat, for pointing out
Cheers,
tips.
Yes, thank you.
And that's it. So I really hope they aren't too discouraged with the 3 losses on the last 3 maps. Like I said, it was a combination of rough RNG and just more practice needed. Yeah, glad you were enjoying the stream to stay up late, Flemulus. I'll see you later. Yeah, and that happens. You know, I've been in tournaments where you just everything just seems to go wrong. You do really well in practices, and then you go up tournament day, and then it just seems like luck is not on your side, and it sucks that day. But you gotta, don't let it discourage you, and just keep playing modded if you still enjoy it. So I really hope they stick around, and I do hope to see them in the next tournament. Yeah, that was one of the ones I did with Jarsa recently too. We had multiple disconnects. We had bugged patrols that just kind of stood in our path, and we were forced to pull them. Things go wrong sometimes. Yeah, exactly. I remember that tournament combine. So I'm gonna end my stream there. Thank you everyone for stopping by. I'm gonna save the recording for them to look at, but if anyone else here wants to watch it again, it'll be there. I'm gonna give my voice a break. Thanks for the follow. Let me see if I can find someone to raid before I dip out. If there's anyone else streaming some good old Vermintide. Oh, Astro was streaming. Nice. I'm just gonna pick someone random, and we'll send the viewers that way. So let's raid this person. Okay. Yeah. Thanks again, everyone, for stopping by. And I'll see you all guys next time. Have a good night.